that you, Luna?
No.
Then Alice?
You honestly think a voice that coarse could come from a throat as fine as this?
Then...
Oh yeah, that was me, mate. Oi, over here.
Sigma, look! What is that?
Oh, blimey, that hurts. Ain't right for a fellow's back to feel like this.
It's a robot.
And it's talking.
With an accent.
Can't help it, Flower. Didn't choose to talk like this. Not by half. Now, Alice, darling, do I rightly recollect you characterising my speech as coarse? Why, that's right cruel it is. You really think I asked for this? See, they figured they give us all a, what you call them, personality. Some tosser thought they'd give me this one. It ain't right, I tell you.
So, what the hell are you?
Cooper.
If you're a barrel maker, I'm an astronaut.
Right you are, my old son, right you are. Well, go on, have a butcher's, mate. What do I look like to you? Robot, you say? Well, nearly there, but they call us GAULEMs round here.
Golem?
Oh, I've heard of golems. They're sort of monsters, I guess, from Jewish folklore. They're made from clay, and they look like
Not
men.
technically
They're supposed to do
monsters,
whatever
they're...
their master or creator or whatever commands them to do.
Well, aren't you a clever bird? You are, of course, correct.
Entities,
Golem
my
of myth is a clay creation that moves under its own power. Our spellings are might different. The original blokes are spelled Golem, but me and me mates are GAULEM. That's an acronym for General Purpose Autonomous Labour Electronic Machine. The truth to tell, it's a bit rubbish when you write it out all like that, but I figure they wanted to make sure they had the golem thing in there, you know? What with us being robots and all.
I'm 100% certain that's what it is. This is a thing that humans are inclined to do. So, should I just call you Golem?
That don't seem quite kosher. After all of me mates here are golems too. I couldn't very well call all of you lot human, could I?
What should we call you then?
Well, we've
You
all
could
got
call
our
us
own
meatbags.
identity, and they're unique.
Yeah, that's acceptable.
I figure that's as good a name as any.
And your ID is?
GTM-CM-G-OLM.
So, Golem?
That's way too long. We can't remember that.
What? You taking a
GTM.
mickey
Got
out
'em.
of me? Never had a problem myself. Right then, let's just use the last bit, shall we?
Golem?
Golem.
Come on, man, that's just Golem.
Well, I'll be buggered. Can't say I ever noticed that before. Sure, it's a strange coincidence, isn't it?
It sure is. Right, Golem. You said Alice Darling a little bit ago, right?
What? A gentleman can't say something nice to a pretty young bird, eh?
I
Technically,
don't care if you call her Darling. I'm saying is you called her Alice. How'd you know her name?
Oh, she ain't the only one of you lot whose name I know. I know you are Sigma, and you too, Luna. I'm right familiar with all 9 of you.
How?
You don't know? Well, they got cameras all over this place. Well, again, the lenses aren't much bigger than a screw, and they're all hidden away. So I suppose I can't really blame you for missing them. Huh? Now, as I was saying, there were these cameras, you see, and all of the data they record gets sent off to the mainframe in real time. So I just gave the main core a ring, got those videos, and now I know everything you've done.
Does that mean...
You're Zero Junior?
Cool, blimey. Are you bleeding serious? Oh, you gotta be off your box if you think I'm Young Master Zero. A Young Master is a right proper AI what supervises all the electronic bits and bobs in this place. My humble self, and those with the misfortune to be like me, are more akin to computer terminals who are merely borrowing a little bit of the central core.
So Golems are kind of like Zero Junior's servants?
No, not quite, Governor, not quite. I'd say me and me mates here are
They're
more
sons.
like arms and legs, right?
Don't talk to me or my sons ever again.
Now, you lot don't have brains.
He's a bunny. He does get, so they probably gets around.
Of course not.
Right you are, missus. It'd be all sorts of nasty if your elbows and that lumpy bit on your ankle was all packed with brains. Well, we're like your arms or legs. The golem's seat of consciousness, so to speak, ain't in the head. Fact of the matter is, it's not anywhere in the body, which makes a fellow wonder, where is it?
The mainframe computer?
In the mainframe?
Spot on. So that part of me what thinks is in the mainframe. Everything this here body sees and hears and what have you, that all gets sent back there. Then the mainframe does some sort of computery jiggery pokery and comes up with some decisions, and those decisions beget commands. Now those commands are sent over the wireless like whoop whoop whoop, and eventually my body picks them up. Finally, those commands cause actions what move the various bits in my body. That's why this thing's like a computer terminal, you see. The body's just an output device of sorts. If we were talking about one of them personal computers here, you could say a golem's kind of like a monitor, right?
Huh? Wait a minute. Then wouldn't that make you part of Zero Junior?
Well, I suppose you could say that. What with us sharing the mainframe and all. But I don't know shit all about this game he's running. That part of the mainframe's locked away from the rest of us. I'm an independent core. Zero and I are two different blokes. You recollect what Golem stands for, huh? I'm autonomous.
But if that's the case, your hands and feet analogy doesn't really make sense. My arms and legs aren't autonomous. They don't just move on their own.
You sure, Governor? I watched you cross your arms.
Actually,
And now you're frowning and your forehead's getting all wrinkly. Do you do these things on purpose? Well, when you crossed your arms, were you thinking, right then, let's cross them, shall we? Curl on down then, mouth. Oh, and eyebrows. I'd be much obliged if you'd squeeze in a bit. There's a good pair of blokes. That's what you was thinking, innit? No? Didn't reckon so. I figure you did all of that subconsciously. Ain't no man on earth who says to himself, feeling a mite nervous, I'll just twitch me leg around a bit, you know? Who's thinking real hard about something and says to themselves, well, I think I'll just give the old loaf a scratch, that'll help. How's about when you reach for your tea? When you turn a page in your book? Or what about when your eyes just go straight for the pear on that bird you fancy? Yeah, the list goes on, me chums. But all of those things are your subconscious at work. True, when part of your body does something, it's because your brain said so. But that don't mean your conscious mind is involved. Fact is, it can't be. If your brain had to deal with all the piddly bits of living, it'd make you balmy. That's how us golems and the young master get along. You got it all sorted now, chums?
Then you're saying that Zero Junior is the central part of the mainframe.
Righto. Blimey. Guess I shouldn't be talking about such heavy rubbish, eh? My shoulders are all stiff.
You're a robot. How can your shoulders get stiff?
And you said your back hurt earlier. Are you just messing with us?
Yes, I did. And no, I ain't. Me back is a right mess, it is. Last maintenance check, they just left me here. I've been on this bed here for years. The lubricant for me joints is all gummed up. Every time I move, it hurts.
But why did you wake up again after all this time?
What do you think, love? 'Cause you lot turned me on is why. Especially that other missus over there.
Oh yeah, that button on top of the safe.
Right you are, Governor.
Can you come with us then? The others need to see this.
No, I can't, and more's a pity. I can only go as far as this cable here will let me. I got internal batteries, but they're knackered. Matter of fact, that's why I was here for maintenance in the first place. The same goes for these other blokes too. Of course, they ain't connected to a power cable like I am, so they aren't going anywhere anytime soon.
I see. So, you aren't gonna answer my question?
Huh? What question is that?
I asked you how your shoulders can get stiff if you're a robot.
Right, so you did. Not sure why you've got to bug up your arse about that particular issue, though.
Well, I mean, I guess it's not really that important, but I'm just curious, I suppose.
Curious, are you? But that's a good word, that is. A good, powerful word. The kind of word that will set any robot's heart to flutter. Let's get you sorted then, shall we? Just lend me your lords and peers for a tick. So, how can a robot get stiff shoulders? And what does pain mean to a robot? Tell me, Guff, you ever heard of the Chinese room?
Without waiting for an answer, Gollum launched into his explanation. Damn it. Somewhere, a pretty young girl is trapped in a tiny room. The door of the room has a slot that a number of Chinese people outside the room can use to slide slips of paper to the girl. On the pieces of paper are questions written, naturally, in Chinese. Fortunately, the young lady has no idea what the questions say. But
What a
then,
shitty example.
how could she? She's never learned Chinese, apart from a Hong Kong action movie or two in college. She's never even heard it. So, for this unfortunate young lady, each note looks like nothing more than a bunch of strange symbols. Before she was locked away, she was given an order. Specifically, she was told to write an appropriate response to each question she received, and slip that answer back through the slot. Once the Chinese questions began to show up, however, she finds herself at a loss. Oh dear, she says to herself. Why can't I read these at all? Whatever am I to do? So at that moment she spots a bookshelf. Bookshelf is filled with thick books. Upon examining them, she discovers that they are part of some sort of Chinese phrase books. They have no explanation of what anything means, but show Chinese responses to Chinese questions. Am I supposed to use these? Questions keep coming. More and more of them. She finds a set of characters that correspond to the set of characters on the paper and carefully writes it out on the indicated response. How's it go? It's awful. Please get me out of here. Are you hungry? Yes, I am. Haven't eaten anything since breakfast. Here they give us some twice cooked pork. Are you full? Yes, although I don't think my stomach liked it very much. Do you have a boyfriend? Yes, I'm dating a reggae dancer. When was your first kiss? When I was 14. He was a grade ahead of me in school. What color of underwear are you wearing? Black. What's the first thing you're going to do when you get out of this room? Beat the stuffing out of whoever's sending me these questions in the pan you cooked that twice cooked pork in. Whoever wrote this phrase book had an agenda. All
like
these questions were written in Chinese. And the answers were also written in Chinese. All the young lady did was accurately copy the symbols from the phrase books onto the slips of paper. No idea what any of it meant. Incidentally, she also doesn't have a dancer boyfriend. In fact, she's never even kissed a boy. Also, she's wearing white underwear. Very important fact, which you definitely need to know. Anyway.
Yes?
Is there any particular reason this girl
That
is
does sound like something this game would put in.
Yeah,
or
it
why
would.
we need to know what color
This game is not
she's
above
wearing?
that. Thank you, Luna, for being, both of our surrogate.
Can't say there is. Just tickles me fancy, I guess.
And unfortunately, Sigma.
You and Uchikoshi.
But the prettier the bird is, the more fun the story is, isn't it?
Not to some people, believe it or not.
Okay, it's a hot guy instead.
Not to some people, believe it or not.
What?
What?
Right. Well, what I wanted to say was this. All them Chinese blokes outside the room didn't know nothing about them books what she had. So it follows that they would have thought whoever was inside spoke Chinese just like them, you see? After all, far as they can tell, they're having a nice little chinway with one of their countrymen.
Well, they think she was a girl, right? Probably.
Yeah, they know she's a girl. They
Yeah.
don't know anything else.
Okay, interesting, but what does that have to do with your shoulders? Or a robot feeling pain?
You thick?
I already know the answer, and you're stupid.
Well, hold up, mate. This ain't right. We keep this up and we bucket.
It's all in the mind.
If things go
Yeah,
really
it's-
pear-shaped,
The
we'll be
story
around
is
west.
about how
So says the central computer.
He's a robot and he doesn't understand things, but he just responds to things how his brain thinks it is. It's just mimicking speech. It's not actually.
The mainframe sends out a signal over the wireless.
Now, the golems are actually thinking in the way that modern AI does not. Now, I think what they're getting at here is, yes, you know, that him having like a bad back or stiff shoulders is simulated, but it's simulated to make him more human-like.
And my software interprets that signal as pain, and I stopped doing whatever daft thing I was doing. It's the same, innit? Just like the Chinese room.
So you're saying the robots feel pain differently than humans, right?
Use your loaf, missy. You listen to a word I've said. A human feels pain when you do something you shouldn't, like sit your bum down on a tack, right? Same thing for us robots. If you feel like being clever about it, there ain't really that much different between a human and a robot. Forget all about that mainframe and signal bollocks. And us golems ain't that different from the bird in the room. So think about it, love. How do you know humans ain't the same, just without all the electronic-y pony, huh? What if, when someone asks you a question, all you're doing is pulling out the right answer from some sort of phrase book in your brain? Ain't no way to prove that, of course, but far as I can see, there ain't no reason to. I mean, it's all the same, innit? If you're actually a thinking creature, or if you're just some kind of language processing machine.
Why not both?
All what matters is if the person next to you does what a human ought. Looks like a person, acts like a person, and talks like a person, then it's probably a person. You want to live a normal life? That's all you need to know.
Hey, can I ask you something?
Lay it on me, Governor.
Why'd you stop us?
Ah, right you are, mate. Right you are. Got so carried away I near forgot. I haven't seen anyone for yonks, and I got a mite excited is all.
Just spit it out.
Right. Well, there was something I wanted to tell you, lot.
What was it?
Patience, darling. Now, I know I might look a bit out of sorts.
Zero sends his regards. And then he explodes.
Fact is, the reason we look a bit like skeletons is because we are a bit like skeletons. There's this special artificial biological tissue what's called ABT.
Yeah, I already know about it. Luna told me. You know, been there, done that.
When a golem's all new and shiny, they've got a nice suit of ABT over that metal skeleton. Makes us look right human, it does. Even feels like real skin, with pores, a little bit of hair, and a few pimples, scars and the like. Truth to tell, I doubt you'd be able to tell the real from the fake, even if it was right in front of you. See, right in the middle
Command violation. Rogue processes detected. Product ID GTMCMGOLM.
I'll be right back.
Executing emergency deactivation. Unit GTMCMGOLM now inactive. No other rogue processes detected in additional golem platforms. Returning to surveillance mode.
Did Zero just shut him down?
It looks like it.
Damn it.
I wonder what he was trying to tell us.
See, right in the middle of...
Right in the middle of what?
An ambidex gate has been opened.
Oh, son of a...
45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
What the hell?
Someone on the other team must have opened it.
Shit, why would they do that?
We have to hurry.
Alright, let's go.
forgot to take out the garbage. I'll be back in a couple.
Oop. Can you take out Dio while you're there?
Sorry, say again?
Can you take Dio while you're, doing that?
I tried. The trash man won't take him.
Darn it.
Oh, and it's not for the reason you expect. It's not, but it's a person. It's a living being. You went, oh, no, I'll take that piece of shit.
We pushed through the magenta door and ran into the warehouse. There stood Dio and Kay. Hey, what the hell, guys?
Why did you open the AB gate before everyone got back?
I apologize. We only turned away for a moment.
Dio opened it.
I love how, basically we've implied that, like, Dio needs to be put on a leash. For more than one reason.
You got a problem with that?
Of course we do.
Why? I don't remember us all promising we wouldn't open the thing until everyone showed up.
This isn't about promises. Are you stupid or just an asshole?
Probably both. We were able to get back here in time.
Yes.
But what about the others? Tenmyoji, Quark, and Clover are still out there somewhere. What were you planning to do if they didn't get back in time?
Nothing. Why would I have to do anything? Didn't you hear the voice? Anybody who doesn't get back in time to vote just gets their vote automatically set to ally. Seems pretty straightforward to me. So what if they don't get back in time?
Yeah, but somebody has to vote from that group.
They'll all get set to ally and all three of them will get 2 BP. Sounds like a sweet deal to me. Tenmyoji's only got 1 BP. I figure he'll be pretty happy to get 2 more. And that'll put Quark and Clover up close to 9. So that's not too bad for them either. In other words, they ought to be thanking me.
Did you guys find a note?
What? What's this?
We found it in our safe. Read it.
Here are some more AB game rules for you. Not voting is not an option. If both parties refuse to vote, then every bunny gets penalized. In other words, 1 person out of every color group of 3 has to vote. What the hell, man? This wasn't in our room. Back me up here, guys.
He's right.
There was no such note in our safe.
Oh, well, damn. That's a bummer. I'd never have opened the gate if I'd known about this.
Part of me wonders if, the person who set up this game did it this way so that, like, Dio would never get the notes. So that he'd always look bad. Because it happens every time. Like, even with, like, all the different, we went through this door this time.
Of course.
I'm worried about the others. If time runs out,
They'll be penalized. Yes.
I know. Quark is part of that team. Maybe something happened with him.
Seemed a little off before we head into the chromatic doors.
This is bad.
Hey, wait a minute. Where's Alice? She was just here a minute ago. Only took me a moment to spot her. She was several yards away, kneeling down to look at something on the floor. What she was looking at, I couldn't tell. I was about to head over and see what was going on when... Oh, hey guys.
Quark! Has Quark been here?
Did something happen to him? He disappeared.
Disappeared? What do you mean?
I mean, he's gone. We can't find him anywhere. When was the last time you saw him?
We were heading back here.
Tenmyoji and I went into the lounge, but Quark didn't follow us.
We turned around and started calling for him, but...
When he didn't respond, we ran back the way we'd come.
And you couldn't find him?
Right.
We thought maybe he just hadn't seen us go into the lounge.
So we checked the crew quarters and the infirmary.
But he wasn't there either.
All right. We need to split up. If we can't find him in any of the floor A rooms, we'll move to floor B.
Okay. I need to go tell Alice. You guys go on ahead.
I would also like to go and tell Alice. No other reason. Hey, Quark! Quark! He's not here. Checked both rooms.
He's not in the other two either. There's no one here.
Tenmyoji and Kay are in the lounge, and Dio and Luna should be checking the infirmary.
Right. Okay. Let's leave that to them and head to floor B.
You went through the red door with Dio and Kay, right?
Yeah. So?
What was on the other side of that door?
You want to see it?
Yeah. Maybe Quark went there.
Fine. Follow me.
This is...
The pantry.
Pantry?
That drawer over there is stuffed with processed food. Wasn't half bad, actually. Yeah.
You ate it?
There's some paella, nasi goreng, schnitzel, yukejang, borscht, and tom kha gai. Oh, and I ate the chef's pasta, too.
That's a lot of food.
Can't help it. I'm a growing girl.
How old are you?
20, I think.
Oh, whoa. Just stop. I don't even know where to start here. 1. By the time you hit 20, you're done growing. 2. You think? You should be old enough to know how old you are. 3. How on earth are you 20? You look like you're 13 if you're a day. Can't believe you're only 2 years younger than me.
Now that's funny. You must have done a lot of drugs to look like that at 22.
Oh, give me a break, you little punk.
Don't call me little. I'm an adult, you dried up asshole.
Fine. Whatever. This place has enough food to keep people alive for a few years, huh? Looks like the stuff isn't going to expire anytime soon.
Yeah. The use-by date is about 100 years from now.
How about water?
There's a tank over there. It looks like they're pulling it out of some kind of well.
Is it safe?
Well, since Dio isn't rolling around on the floor in agonizing pain, I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's okay.
You made him drink it to make sure it was safe?
I guess you could say that.
So you ate all the food without a second thought, but the water struck you as possibly dangerous?
No, I was careful with the food too. Dio had some of it first, and it seemed fine, so Oh, I almost forgot.
What?
I ate something else. Twice cooked pork.
Oh, for God's sake. What the hell are you shouting about that? Wait a minute. Twice cooked pork?
What is it?
Well, that just reminded me of something.
Reminded you of what?
This might seem hard to believe it.
Bullshit.
Oh, come on. At least tell me you... Let me tell you first. All right. Black screen of explanation. Or, okay. Sort of. Explain how we found a room called the Golem Bay on the other side of the green door. And how we'd met a robot there named GOLM who told a very interesting story.
We met Golem.
We also met Smeagol.
And Golem.
I see.
He was nice. Nice
so the
robot.
Golem guy was turned off just when he was about to tell you something.
Yeah.
So the last thing he said was, see, right in the middle of... Right in the middle. Middle could be from Middle Kingdom, which is another name for China.
I think you're barking up the wrong tree. Well, this is utterly pointless.
Really? I don't think so.
Please explain.
Well, maybe he was trying to say that this game is like the Chinese room. In other words...
Sigma! Phi! There you are! I've been looking all over for you.
What's going on?
Something bad. Something really bad.
Oh, come on. Spell it.
Alice is... Just come with me. She's in the crew quarters.
No, this isn't real. All I could hear was Zero's words echoing in my ears. Your heart stops, your bracelet comes off. If you've never been in turbulence, it's hard to explain. You feel the sudden alien weightlessness of a long fall, and, just for a moment, you're painfully aware of the fact that you are thousands of feet above the Earth, in a flimsy machine made by fallible men, kept aloft by scientific principle, and that nobody actually understands. Okay, one, it's not flimsy. Two, yes, it is made by fallible people, absolutely. Kept aloft by scientific principle. But people understand how that works.
No, you don't understand. He's talking about SpaceX.
I thought it was talking about Redacted. Look, I don't want to get, assassinated.
Oh no, he doesn't do that. He just okay, I apologize. He's talking about oh no. Easy way to make fun of it and no one be angry. It's Boeing.
Darn it, you got me. Knelt down beside Alice's body and pressed a shaking hand to her throat. No pulse. Skin had already turned pale. The thing in front of me looked like a human being, but it wasn't a human being. Wasn't being a human any longer. Are you a human being or being human? Why had this happened? Knelt there for several long moments, staring blankly ahead. My throat burned and my chest was tight, but I forced myself to take 3 progressively calmer breaths, then stood. I clenched my fist, took one last breath, and turned. Who found her first?
Me. I was looking for Quark on floor B and couldn't find him, so I came back here and, well, you know the rest. Hey, what's that look supposed to mean? You better not be thinking I did it.
No, it's just if I did it, but the if is so small that you're not going to see it if you're looking at the book from far away.
Well, suspicion often falls on the first.
I love how he immediately went to that.
Fuck that. She'd already been murdered when I got here.
Hey, look, all I'm saying is, if the knife fits,
you must not quit.
There we go. Yeah, that's it. That's the saying.
How do you know she was murdered?
What? Come on, it's obvious. She's got a knife sticking out of her chest. Does that look like an accident or a suicide to you?
I mean, it could be, if the blade of the knife didn't have the word myrmidons written on it.
How do you know the weapon was a knife?
What?
All you can see from here is the handle. For all you know, it could have been an ice pick or some kind of tool.
I love how, it's very clearly a knife, but, she's clearly just doing this to mess with him.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true, but I mean, come on. Who wouldn't look at that and assume it's a knife? And it's not fair to suspect someone just because they happen to be the first one to find the body. If you want to be like that, then the last person to see Alice is the person you should be looking at.
Who was the last person to see her? I need to go tell Alice. You guys go on ahead. Alice, why? This wasn't supposed to happen. You promised me we'd catch them together. Don't do this. I can't trust them anymore. It could have been any one of them. They killed you, Alice. I can't forgive them for that. I'm going to get revenge.
No, Clover. Okay, nobody's seen an axe, right?
I'll find out who. I'll...
Hey, Clover.
Shut up! Don't you talk to me! I'm sorry, Alice.
Her voice shook as she spoke. Before anyone could say anything, she turned and ran out of the room.
Wait! Clover, come back!
Tenmyoji took off in pursuit, and I made to follow when...
It's pointless. Even if you caught up to her, she'd never tell you anything. Think it through. There are two possibilities. Either Clover killed her, or she didn't. If the former is true, then I doubt she would confess. If the latter is true, then I imagine she'll be just as reticent. After all, Alice and Clover seem to know each other. In fact, they seem quite close. It seems safe to assume that Clover is currently very suspicious of all of us. I doubt she would open up to anyone right now.
Well, there might be like one person.
You seem pretty calm.
That's the ghost of Alice.
Huh?
Wait.
No, I was talking about one person who's still alive that she might open up to.
Not again. Well, if you really want to suspect me, please, go ahead. I'm beginning to feel rather accustomed to it. I would ask you to consider my motive for killing Alice. Specifically, the fact that I have none.
Well, yes, but none of us do. None of us have ever met Alice before, right? So why would we want to kill her?
I mean, we might not have met her before, but one of us might have a motive.
You are correct.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
But only if the murder had a motive beyond, well, murder.
What do you mean?
Do you remember when we found the old woman? It seemed clear that her killer was Zero Senior, and that they were one of us. There is every reason to think the same person murdered Alice. Perhaps this person plans to kill us one by one. Perhaps the entire nonary game is just window dressing.
That's very elaborate window dressing.
Perhaps the only reason we are here is so that Zero Senior can kill us at his leisure, in a world of his own creation.
Why would anyone do such a horrible thing?
Presumably, because they enjoy killing. Zero Senior seems to be rather disturbed.
Hold on a minute. That doesn't mean they're one of us. There could be a 10th person hiding out somewhere.
No,
Well, why not?
there's no way Zero Jr. wouldn't notice that. And if he did notice, I really don't think he'd just let something like that slide.
But isn't Zero Jr. just an AI without a body? What could he do?
Maybe. But Zero Senior has a body. Do you think they'd really just let a 10th unwanted participant just run around murdering people?
Yes. Oh, what if the 10th person is Zero Senior?
Not possible. At least not so long as we assume Zero Jr.'s statement to be the truth. Do you remember? He made it quite clear that the real Zero was one of us.
Thought about what Kay had said. If the killer was Zero Senior, then who could be the killer? Dio? Luna? Kay, perhaps? Or maybe Clover? There was always Tenmyoji. Fi, maybe? No, it couldn't be her. I had been with Fi the whole time we were looking for Quark. There was no way she could have slipped away to stab Alice in the chest. Wait a minute. There was one person I'd forgotten. Quark. Seemed like a bit of a stretch to think a kid could kill someone of Alice's size, though. That meant there were 5 real suspects. Dio, Luna, Kay, Clover, and Tenmyoji. Where had Quark gone?
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, Any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Apparently Zero doesn't feel like this is worth stopping the game for. A blunt but effective way to make the point.
What do you mean?
We should get to the warehouse. It seems clear he feels no compunction about killing us, should we disobey the rules. As such, I recommend we follow them.
I too would like to not die. The others filed out of the room.
Fucking mood.
I turned to face Alice. Alice, I'll find out who did this to you. I promise. Felt my stomach settle back into its normal configuration, and the fire in my chest melted the icy hand from my spine. Stood up straight, gave Alice one last nod, and walked through after the others, leaving my regrets lying on the cold floor. Lying on the cold, hard ground. Oh. Oh.
Hey, look. 2 of the AB gates are closed already.
Probably Tenmyoji and Clover.
Wasn't he a pair? Doesn't Quark need to go with him?
As long as one person in each pair is there, it should be okay.
Sharing their destiny, huh?
Pretty much.
That's good news for you, Sigma. After all, you're a pair, but your partner is... well, I'd rather not say it.
Yeah. I know.
Good luck for you, huh, Luna?
What? I don't understand what you mean.
Well, if Alice was still alive, you'd have a hard time choosing Betray. She only had 1 BP left. If you'd picked Betray, you could have killed her. Of course, that's not really a problem now.
Stop that, Dio. I would have chosen Ally regardless. I mean, Sigma's going to be my opponent.
This might be the one time she picks it.
I trust him.
Really?
No, but
interesting. If one of you guys picks Betray,
Dio!
Ignore him. How do you and Phi plan to vote?
You even gotta ask? Ally. Of course. Right, Phi?
I don't know about that. It's a difficult question.
What?
Well, if we choose ally and Kay chooses the opposite, then he'll have 9 points. He can go through the number 9 door whenever he wants. But it's not as simple as just choosing Betray either. If Kay decides to ally for some reason, then you'd end up with 9 points.
So we should both choose Ally. Seems easy to me.
You're planning on betraying me, aren't you, Dio? As soon as you go through that door, it will be only the 2 of you in that room. I've no doubt you could overpower Phi, if you had the desire to.
Oh, give me a little credit. No one has more gentle points than me. You think someone of my stature would resort to violence? The nerve.
I think you have exactly 0 gentle points.
What?
This is just a thought, but why don't all of you promise to choose Betray? Then you wouldn't have to worry about anything. If you knew the other person was going to betray you,
actually,
you have no choice but to do the same.
That seems pretty...
that's brilliant,
negative
Luna.
for you, Luna.
That's actually brilliant.
I'm sorry.
Nothing to apologize for. We appreciate your suggestion and we'll take it into consideration. But unfortunately, I don't think it's a very good idea. See, my goal is to beat this game.
But Phi...
Maybe that wasn't the best way to put it. When I say I want to beat it, I mean defeat it. Completely. I want to get us all out of here. We haven't beat the nonary game until we're all out of this place. I guess we won't all be getting out anymore, though.
Oh, you mean Alice?
Yeah. At any rate, all of us choosing Betray every time is hardly ideal. We'd never escape.
Then what are you going to do?
Kay needs to choose ally. It's the only way.
How will you make sure I do that? I have no guarantee that you'll choose ally as well.
Would you do it if I could give you that guarantee?
Well, yes, I suppose so.
You promise?
Yes.
Good. Let's do this. Dio!
Huh?
There's someone behind you.
What?
The moment Dio turned his head, Phi was off. With seemingly superhuman strength, she leapt through the air, across the room, and through the AB gate.
What the fuck? You bitch! God damn it, Phi! Open this fucking door!
Can't and won't. He pounded on the door, screaming, but it showed no signs of opening again.
Fuck!
He gave the door one last slam for good measure, then ran to the next open one.
Invalid pair detected. Please retry with valid partner. Members of a pair cannot.
Oh, okay. It doesn't instantly kill you.
Yeah, it's more like the Sonic finger wag, like can't do that.
What? Why the fuck not? This is against the rules. How am I supposed to vote?
That's the thing, Dio. You're not. You've been disenfranchised.
I'm sorry, Dio. I forgot the part where the game told us.
I forgot the part where that's my problem.
As before, where he's like, I didn't know. I wasn't told that we had to wait for the person to vote.
I see. This is how Phi can guarantee her choice. Dio can't vote now, so the chance Phi will choose Ally just went way up. After all, if you pick Ally and she betrays you, then...
Dio will have 9 points.
Exactly.
But don't you think Phi might be worried that Kay will break his promise? After all, if he can be pretty sure that Phi is going to choose Ally...
You needn't worry. Her plan is very clever. I will definitely choose Ally.
2 minutes remain until polling closes.
We don't have much time left. Let's go.
Alright.
Okay. Sig... You are going to choose Ally, right?
Yeah, definitely. Of course. Of course. We both have 5 BP right now. Even if I did betray you, I'd only get 3 points. That's not enough to escape. So I'd have to wait until the next round anyway. Make sense?
Oh, I see. Oh, nothing. Never mind. Anyway, you promised. You have to choose Ally.
Right, I will. I will. Make poor life choices!
30 seconds remain until polling closes.
Now, what am I gonna do? But, what if she was lying to me?
I would have chosen Ally regardless. I mean, Sigma's going to be...
You're gonna pick the one that is giving us the bad ending first.
Of course. You know how this works.
I trust him.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Because of the way that those text lines are paced out, you can't actually skip them. It's like they really want you to hear that countdown.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
Let me guess, it was betray this time.
For Ambidex gates.
Of course.
Now opening.
I mean, if you look, right, I can't actually pull up the flowchart right now. It won't let me.
Results from round 2. Please direct your attention.
There's not even like dialogue or anything, or like, inner monologue. It's just like, results, go.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly.
Trying to remember how this one actually ends, because this is one of the rare scenarios in a bad ending where none of the people who would, normally have enough BP to escape and can actually escape are...
Please check your
Yeah.
bracelet to
Yeah,
see
yeah,
your
yeah.
updated bracelet points.
Sigma. Why?
I'm a completionist. I'm sorry.
You promised. How could you? Why won't you say something? At least give me an excuse.
My hand slipped?
Say you wanted to protect everybody, or you slipped and hit the wrong button.
I'm actually being controlled by, someone beyond the fourth wall.
Anything. I don't care. If
Actually,
it's a
from
lie.
someone beyond the fifth wall, technically, in this game.
Just say something. I can't trust you anymore. Can I? I see. All right then. You did it so that you could get more points, right?
I wanted to say no, but I couldn't. She was right. I shut my eyes and turned away.
I trusted you. Goodbye.
Luna's face twisted as she spun away, but not before I saw tears glistening in the corners of her eyes. My heart sank into my stomach like a lump of lead. I'd lost something very precious. Like they say, trust takes years to build, but only a second to break. If only I could have taken that second back, but that was impossible. Life only moves in one direction, and you only get to make your choices once. The past is the past, and it stays there.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Isn't it obvious? I'm going to look for Quark.
Hey, wait!
Clover yelled after him, but Tenmyoji ignored her and continued toward the magenta door. She glared at his receding back and muttered something under her breath. Something must have happened between them.
Tenmyoji, you're going to go look for Quark, right?
This is actually technically the longer branch, but I mean, as you can figure out, this is not the right ending.
Yeah. So?
I want to help.
No thanks.
Really?
Much as I'd like to say that, I need all the help I can get. Think you can give me a hand?
Of course. Let's go.
Okay, you know what? We just reversed the social link with Luna. That's what happened here. Clover was left standing by herself, brows furrowed and head down, deep in thought. Then suddenly she stood up straight and took off the cyan door. How long does this go on for? Where's
He
Dio?
went off toward the yellow door while you and Luna were talking.
He just walked out?
Yes. He did check the results before he left.
But he wasn't very happy. If I had chosen Betray, he'd be sitting pretty with 9 BP right now.
I imagine he would. Fortunately, Phi is much too clever for that. That was why I chose Ally. It was an easy decision.
But if you betrayed her, then you have been able to get out of here.
Perhaps, but I made a promise to Phi.
Promise, huh? Are you really sure Kay wouldn't betray you?
Of course not. I'm not an idiot. I didn't really have a choice, though. The only option was to trust him.
That's so.
Yeah. Don't you think that's important? Trusting someone, I mean. All right. We should go and look for Quark, too.
Indeed. Best we split up, wouldn't you say?
We did say, and each one of us left for a different area of the facility. I took the magenta door. I went to the yellow door. And Kay took the cyan door. But no matter how hard I looked, Quark was nowhere to be found. Eventually, I decided to head back to the warehouse. It's Tenmyoji. What's going on? You found Quark?
Wouldn't be here if I hadn't.
Where was he?
Like I'm gonna tell you that.
What? Did I do something wrong?
You broke your promise to Luna. I don't like people break promises.
I want to rub, the other timeline in your face, but There was no rebuttal for that. Well, I'm glad you found him.
Oh, you got some balls, Sam. Act like you give a shit about him.
Is he okay? He looks tired.
Just somebody shot him some kind of anesthetic.
Someone? Who?
Hell, fine. Honestly, I don't care.
Why not?
Quark's safe. Now all I have to do is get him out of here. This will all be over.
Wait. You make it sound like you can get out right now.
I can. Well, he can.
How?
Didn't you see the results? Quark's PP is
9.
exactly.
So you're gonna have him pull the lever and open the number 9 door?
Yeah. Of course, he's gonna help do that.
But what about you? You've only got 4 BP. Even if you can't get the door open, you'll...
Now, you're thinking, oh ho, if my BP is too low, then I'll just have someone with enough BP open the door, and I'll just slip through when it's open. But that's not gonna happen. If you think you can be sneaky, well...
Think I don't know that? Doesn't matter though. So long as Quark is safe, then
My guard was down. I barely even saw him move. It wasn't until pain exploded in my stomach that I realized Tenmyoji kicked me. Ugh. Let out a strange sort of wheeze and collapsed to the floor. Blinking against the pain, I managed to find Tenmyoji again. He'd maneuver Quark up to the number 9 door. Stop! Tenmyoji! Moving made me retch, and before I could recover and call out again, he'd done it. Tenmyoji's hand pressed Quark's against the lever. He looked back at me over his shoulder.
sorry. Door's almost open, so it's time I was on my way.
Tenmyoji, don't be an idiot. If you go through there, you'll...
Believe me, I know, but I gotta stay with him as long as I can. Couldn't live with myself if I just tossed him out there unconscious, you know?
Then stay here.
Can't do that.
Why not?
There's a killer here. It's too dangerous. I can't take that risk with Quark's life.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
See ya.
Tenmyoji, wait. Don't do this. Tenmyoji. Tenmyoji.
The number 9 door has closed.
This ends the nonary game.
This ends the nonary game.
Thank you for your participation.
Thank you.
I guess this
for
also
your
answers the question of
participation.
does this announcement only play in here?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
As
Probably.
the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
There's demise again. That was how it ended. Had Tenmyoji died? Had Quark escaped? I didn't know. Laid up my hand against my aching stomach and stared up at the ceiling. Faint approaching footsteps echoed throughout the warehouse. One of them was a killer. Whatever. It didn't matter anymore. I was never going to see the outside world again. Perhaps it would be better if I just let them kill me. I lay back and closed my eyes. Game over.
You've lost.
You done goofed. Now pick the right option this time. And by right option, I mean the left one.
Results from round 2. Please direct you.
Please direct. Look, you know, as much as we want a Nintendo Direct, I don't think it's gonna happen here. Not anymore. And then everything played out pretty much exactly the same.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly.
No. Tenmyoji doesn't, you know, pull that because apparently, you know, breaking Luna's trust was the one thing that really set him over the edge.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Thank you, Sigma.
No need to thank me. I just did what I'd promised I'd do. Anyway, thank you too.
It was nothing. I also just did what I promised to do. Now we both have 7 BP. This is the home stretch.
Yes, it is. Hope we'll get to pair up in the next round too.
Because I'll choose ally?
Yeah, you're an opponent I can trust.
If we were partners, you could pick whatever you wanted then, couldn't you? I mean, you'd get 9 points either way.
Oh, hold on there. Why'd I suddenly choose Betray? I've already chosen ally twice.
You're right.
So let's choose ally and get the hell out of here, together. Sound good?
Okay.
Come on, why do you look so sad?
Well, it's just, there's a part of me that just can't feel genuinely happy about that.
Oh, you mean Alice?
Oh, yes.
We still haven't found Quark either, huh?
That too.
Still, Quark's BP is 9 now. Technically, he's 1.
Why did you do that? Why did you tell me all that stuff for? Were you just lying?
No. Everything I told you was the truth. You have to trust me.
I did! Look where it got me! How could you do that? You're such a jerk! How could I betray you after that? And then you...
I'm sorry.
Are you Zero?
What? No, of course I'm not Zero.
Then how could you know all that? Where did you find out about that stuff?
I told you,
Don't lie to me!
I'm not lying.
Forget it. It was stupid to trust you. I mean, there's no way.
Clover, this isn't about me. I made a mistake. I got someone involved on all this when I shouldn't have.
You mean Quark?
Yeah.
You did this to get Quark's BP up to 9?
Yes.
But you've only got 4 points.
I'm not important. The only thing that matters is that Quark gets out of this nightmare.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Isn't it obvious? I'm going to look for Quark.
Hey, wait!
Tenmyoji didn't respond, just turned and walked off toward the magenta door. Clover started to follow, then pulled up short.
Oh.
She spun on her heel and headed off toward the cyan door instead.
What just happened? I thought Clover had said she didn't trust any of us anymore.
Well, she doesn't now. Yeah, I know. Then she chooses ally. Tenmyoji must have said something to her before the last round started, but what?
I think we're about to find out.
Come to think of it, didn't you choose ally too?
Yes, I did. Fi put herself in a situation where choosing Betray would be unwise. If she had chosen Betray, Dio would have 9 BP now. I concluded that her desire to avoid that outcome would be stronger than her desire to protect herself with Betray. And so, I voted accordingly.
That was her guarantee?
Yes.
Then why didn't you choose Betray? You could be walking out of here with 9 points right now.
It's because you promised, right?
Yes, that too, I suppose.
There was another reason?
Yes.
What was it?
It's difficult to explain. I suppose you could say I felt a connection.
Reconnect Kingdom Hearts.
She dove into his heart and unlocked the door of light.
What do you mean by that?
Well, when we were investigating the pantry together, I felt that Fi was somehow similar to me. Something in me said, don't betray her. You could call it intuition, I suppose.
Cut it out. Gut feelings are bullshit.
Fine.
Besides, you don't get to have a connection with me unless I give you permission. And I don't remember doing that. You're acting like we're pals or something. Kinda skeeves me out, to be honest.
What the hell, man? He did you a favor and now you're gonna give him shit for it?
You chose Ally too. Didn't you do that because you trusted him?
Not exactly. I just made him trust me. When we were in the pantry, I stuffed my face like an idiot. That got him to lower his guard.
What?
Do you really think that would be enough to convince him? I mean, if you were wrong, then he could have escaped and left you behind.
What are you getting at?
Well, just thinking that maybe you felt some kind of connection to him, too.
Oh, come on. How am I supposed to feel a connection for a guy whose face I haven't even seen?
You tell me.
Shut up.
If we could change the sub...
Where did Dio go?
He must have been here for the results.
Oh, I saw him leave. He checked the results and then left through the yellow door.
So where did he go? Suddenly the warehouse was filled with the groan and clang of metal doors grinding shut.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys, there is no set limit. The Ambidex gates can be opened
As many times as we want, huh? And that means...
As long as you have the star keys, you can play the AB game as many times as you want.
You probably won't be allowed to play it continuously, however. There's a period of time between when the doors open and when the polling ends.
Based off the last 2 rounds, I think it's about 45 minutes long.
So you can repeat the game once every 45 minutes or so.
Oh, that's right. Remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Oh yeah. What are your bracelets, guys? Looks like I'm a magenta pair.
Me too. Looks like we're pairing up again. Better than getting stuck with Dio, I guess.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
I'm a yellow pair. What about you, Luna?
I'm a solo, but I'm green.
Oh ho ho. Green solo and magenta pair, you say? Wait, green?
Yes.
Hold on a minute. Weren't the colors for the first game red, green, and blue? And we used those colors to open the magenta, yellow, and cyan doors, right?
Yes, that's right.
Then the next round we had magenta, yellow, and cyan bracelets, and opened the red, green, and blue doors, right?
Yes.
But this time we've got magenta and yellow pairs, but also a green solo. What color doors are we supposed to open?
And where are they?
White doors in the Floor B warehouse.
Well, we need to check the other bracelets before we make any decisions.
That means Dio, Tenmyoji, and Clover.
Say it with me, everyone. Silk hat, white roses, cape.
We'll need to check Alice's bracelet too. Anyone could just pick it up now.
I will try and find the remaining people and their bracelets. Quark will be my first priority.
I'll come with you.
Very well.
I'll go check on Alice's bracelet then.
And don't forget to, retrieve it. We'll likely need it to get through the chromatic doors.
Right. Sigma, can you come with me?
What? Oh, okay. Let's go. Going to have to see her again. Feels sick just thinking about it.
Shouldn't we decide on a time to meet up? Just
Aw,
in case?
Sigmund doesn't like killing people.
Let's see. When do the doors open?
We still got quite a while.
An hour and 21 minutes.
Then let's take half of that. What do you say we all meet back here in 40 minutes?
Sounds good. Kay and Luna step through the magenta door and out of the warehouse. Hey, you don't think Kay's the killer, do you?
Maybe.
Maybe? But if he is, then Luna's in danger.
Maybe.
Damn it, Fi.
You're not one to talk. I didn't see you stopping her.
Well, yeah, but I had this gut feeling I could trust him.
A gut feeling, huh? Sure, you're not the one who's feeling a connection.
What was that you said
to
about
our
gut
old
feelings a
friend.
minute ago?
That they're bullshit.
I mean, all that plating is pretty flattering to his figure.
That's not it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Have you considered that it might be Luna?
No, that's not possible.
Why not?
Because Luna didn't need a knife to kill Alice. When we played the last round, Alice's BP was 1. Luna was playing against the two of us. All she would have had to do is convince us to vote ally, and she could have killed Alice easily.
She would have just had to pick betray.
Exactly.
But if she'd done that, do you really think the rest of us would have let her get away with it?
That is a surefire way of making sure everyone knows it was you.
We'd probably have tied her up or locked her away or something. Besides, there's no way in hell Alice would have chosen ally. The only way to get an ally vote from your pair would have been to physically overpower Alice. Or trick her like I did with Dio.
So, what? You're saying Luna's the killer?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying the possibility exists. Even if she was, I don't think we'd need to worry about Kay's safety. He's got a full suit of armor. I'm betting he's pretty hard to kill with all that on. Alright, I think that's enough of that. Let's go check Alice's bracelet.
Difficult, but not impossible.
This is assuming she still has her bracelet because Dio is free without limitations, and he knew it's there.
Clover? Hey, don't run away.
Run away?
Hell, it sure looked like you were trying to get away from us.
I wasn't running away. I just don't want to talk to you.
Isn't that pretty much the same thing? Look, running away isn't going to do you any good. Don't you want to find out who killed Alice? Well, you're not going to be able to figure that out unless you talk to people.
I don't need to.
Why not?
I already figured out who did it.
Who was it?
I can't tell you.
Why not?
You might be working with them. Both of you could be in on it.
Oh, come on. Of course we're not.
Forget about it. There's no point. Doesn't matter what you tell her, she's never going to believe you. Just tell us one thing, Clover. How did you know who it was?
I noticed something.
And what was that?
Alice figured it out too, before she...
What was it?
Why don't you figure that out yourselves? Anyway, I gotta go.
Hey, wait, Clover. Oh, there she goes. Ah, shit.
What's wrong?
Forgot to ask Clover what color her bracelet is now.
Oh. Really? That's it?
She's a red solo.
Calm down. She's a cyan
No,
pair.
never mind. I forgot. No, I was just trying to be cheeky. You saw it?
She's a red solo
Took
cup.
a peek at it when she ran by. And it looks like Alice's is a blue solo.
She reached down and casually picked up Alice's bracelet off the floor.
I'll hold on to this.
Yeah, good idea. Wonder what it was Clover noticed.
You mean what Alice noticed? Were you even listening?
Fine. What did Alice notice? I didn't answer. Instead, she knelt down and began to examine Alice's body. What are you doing?
I'm investigating.
What are you investigating?
What does it look like I'm investigating? I'm looking for any clues to what she figured out before she died. Huh. Found something already. Have a look.
Oh, I held something out. It was a handkerchief stained reddish brown. Is that blood?
Looks like it. It's darker than Alice's, so it's probably been on her since before she died.
It's not hers. Whose blood is it? The old lady?
Maybe.
Do you think Alice killed her?
Who knows? She could have just found this somewhere for all we know.
You think she figured something out from this handkerchief?
Can't say for sure, but it's definitely a possibility. So, time we moved on. We need to figure out what Tenmyoji and Dio's bracelets have changed to.
And we need to find Quark.
Yeah.
Let's take the blue door then. Should be able to get over to the room Tenmyoji, Quark, and Clover went to that way.
Sounds good.
Well, isn't that interesting? It says rec room. This is the only door that's unlocked.
Yeah, so this is where Tenmyoji's team went.
Going to open it, alright?
How many times do I have to tell you? You don't need to keep asking permission.
And yet, he will still do it. Tenmyoji. Guessing from your face that Quark is still missing?
No sign of him, huh?
Happy?
What?
I'm asking if you're happy Quark's still missing.
No, of course not. Why would I be?
And then does it hurt? Are you so terrified about whether or not he's safe that it feels like someone's got your chest in a vice? He didn't think so. Quark's got 9 BP. If I find him first, I might make him escape. So it's better for you if I haven't found him yet. Am I wrong?
Tenmyoji, what's going on here? This doesn't sound like you. I know you're worried about Quark, but...
And just what the hell do you know? He's all I've got left. If something happens to him, I'll...
Tenmyoji.
It's all my fault. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I never should have brought him here.
Did you say brought?
Yes. Zero made me an offer.
Wait a minute. I thought you said you and Quark were abducted like the rest of us.
You mean you came here voluntarily?
Hey, answer me. What the hell is going on here?
Can I see the other side of your bracelets?
Why?
Please, just do it.
Fine, I looked at one another. Neither of us knew what was going on, but there was no reason to refuse. We shrugged and did as we'd been told. Then suddenly... Ah! The blink of an eye, Tenmyoji had pulled some kind of can from his pocket and sprayed both our wrists with it. Hey, what the hell, man?
Calm down. It's not going to hurt you.
Is this some kind of chemical?
I mean, everything is chemicals, but...
Yeah, I found it when I was searching this room.
You walk towards the door and flip the light switch. You don't flip that one, it's just like a button, I think.
Good work. It's dark now.
Show me your bracelets again.
That stuff you sprayed us with was luminol, wasn't it?
Yeah. How'd you figure that out?
Well, you see, they're kind of like the fingerprints of a guy. Wait, sorry, wrong series.
I guess when you turned off the light.
Isn't that the stuff they use on cop shows to find blood and other stuff?
Yeah.
Why did you spray us?
Just relax, okay? That's all I needed to know.
What?
Neither one of you is Zero's senior.
How can you be so sure about that?
Are you saying that because there wasn't any reaction from the luminol?
Because he's making an assumption based on information he has that is probably not fully correct, given what you just said.
Well, yeah. Like, everyone is sort of operating under the assumption that the person who killed the old lady is Zero Senior.
Yep.
Even though we don't have any concrete proof of that. Someone mind explaining this to me? Hey, Sigma, explain it to yourself. Just remember.
Well, you know as much as I do now. I was just making guesses based on what he was doing.
Hey, Tenmyoji.
Sorry, but I've got to go. I need to go look for Quark.
No. I'm sorry, but I can't let that happen. You dropped a real bomb back there, and I'm not about to just ignore it. What you mean when you said that Zero made you an offer? Why are you here?
I can't tell you.
Why not? I don't really understand how, but you seem to have decided that neither of us is Zero Senior, right?
Yeah?
Then why?
You don't get it. I can't tell you no matter who you are. Right now, we might as well assume Quark is a hostage. Zero Jr. seems to be aware of everything that goes on here. If I tell you, he'll know. And then God only knows what Zero Senior will do.
Can't we, like, whisper it to each other? I mean, like, I know that there are cameras and stuff, but, like... And probably microphones, but, like... Surely there's some way that we could, you know...
The camera's probably in the bracelet, all things...
You know, having microphones in the bracelet would be a really good idea. That's never, like, confirmed to be the case, but... That would be really smart.
Please, I'm asking you. Put yourself in my shoes.
Looked him in the eyes for the first time since we'd entered the room, and saw nothing but years of loneliness and regret. Before I could speak, he turned and left the room. You know, you could become an old man, filled with regret, waiting to die alone. Can I ask you a question?
It won't do you any good. Whatever you want to know, I don't know anything
Yes, you look
about
like a bitch, Sigma.
No,
That
that's not
wasn't
about
like-
what just happened.
it. Yeah? Oh. I see. You mean his bracelet, right? Chill, man. He's a red solo. I had a look while he was
There's the
talking.
red solo. Oh, good job. That wasn't what I wanted to ask either.
Well, what is it then?
When he sprayed us, you screamed, didn't you?
No.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
No, I'm pretty sure you did. Not quite so tough when you're scared, huh?
Shut up. We've got stuff to do. Get going. Move!
Yeah! Look, if you're not gonna let me live shit down, then it goes both ways. This.
It looks like another warehouse.
Guess there's one on this floor too. Then makes sense. Guess as much when I saw the map. What's that over there?
Probably more graffiti. There was one on floor A too, remember?
Yeah, there was, but
Never mind that. There's someone else here.
is that Dio?
Looks like it. Let's go see what he's up to.
What are you doing here, Dio?
Oh, nothing. Just going with the flow, you know? And seeing where life takes me.
Uh-huh. You sure have ended up in a pretty weird place for wherever life takes you.
You don't seem to have any interest in searching for Quark.
Why would I? Do we even know he's really missing? Maybe the little shit's just off having nap time somewhere. So I figure, let sleeping dogs lie, right? Or kids, in this case, I guess. If we wake him up, he might realize he's got enough BP to blow this popsicle stand and ditch us. That happens. It's all over. We'll be stuck in here for the rest of our lives. Which probably won't be that long.
I hate that you're right.
Yeah.
The rest of our lives?
Or did you just forget? Zero Jr. told us, remember?
The number 9 door only opens once. Once that happens, it's all over. Seconds, so if you're not careful, you could get stuck.
We wouldn't be able to get out until we died. Sigma, I don't think that constitutes getting out. Hell, even that might not be enough. Maybe they just leave our corpses there to rot. My stomach did a little flip.
So, what do you
That's
guys
kind
here
of
for?
macabre.
Did you bring Fi here so I can kill her?
What?
Oh, really? You already forgotten your little stunt earlier?
Dio, you seem awfully predisposed to murdering people.
We're damn lucky Kate chose ally. If he hadn't, you'd be hanging from that crane right now.
Sounds like you're getting a little desperate. Word of advice, Dio. That's not a smart attitude to have here. All you'll do is make sure that whoever plays against you in the AB game won't pick ally.
You talk as if I give a fuck. I already know I won't be up against you two.
Sigma, get with the program. You should know.
Kay and I are the yellow pair. You guys are the magenta pair, right? Two pairs can't go through the same chromatic door. Simple enough for you.
How do you know our colors?
Kay told me. He was here a while ago. Speaking of which, Tenmyoji and Clover were here too. Guess everybody misses my company.
Don't flatter yourself.
Anyway, that's how I know what everyone's colors are.
Was Kay by himself?
Yeah.
What about Luna?
Luna? Haven't seen her. Anyway, Kay and I won't be pairing with you two. We'll be taking the blue solo.
That's Alice's bracelet. But how'd you know that?
Oh, come on. Really that thick?
Yes, he really is that thick.
Look at the doors in front of you. These are the next chromatic doors.
He is main character protagonist syndrome. I'm sorry.
Look, he just hasn't had, you know, like 40 years of character development.
Bingo.
Best I can
See
give
that
you is
thing
4
next to the
hours.
door there? Looks familiar, doesn't it? Yes. Yes, it does.
She might be closer to 50, but never mind.
I get it. You and Kay are both yellow. You can get yellow by adding red and green together. If you add blue to that,
Becomes white.
Exactly.
Yeah, magenta by adding red and blue together, and then adding green to that gives you white. That means fine, I would need to pair up with the green solo, which is Luna.
right.
That means the other three would be in the same team as before. Tenmyoji, Clover, and Quark. You know that Tenmyoji's a red solo and Clover's a cyan pair, so...
The only one left is the other cyan pair, so we can assume that's what Quark is.
Could there be any other combinations?
No, there's only one option this time.
All we gotta do now is wait for these white doors to open.
We got 5 minutes before it's time to meet up with everybody else. 45 minutes until the doors open. Should get back to floor A.
Sorry, but I'm gonna stay here. Moving around so much is a pain in the ass.
Nobody invited you. Come on, Fi.
Right. On my way.
Later, nerd.
He's not wrong though. It is a hassle to move around this place.
There do be a lot of moving. Huh? Something up? Why'd you just stop?
Well, you see that clock over there? The one that looks like the sun?
Yeah?
It reminded me of something we saw earlier. Remember
you
the
mean?
graffiti on floor B? You remember what it said?
Memento Mori, right?
Do you know what that means?
Remember, you will die. It's Latin for something like be aware of death or remember death.
Remember that one day you will die.
Well, it depends on how verbose you want to get.
Yeah. It's just more poetic that way, which is how it's meant to be said.
It's usually supposed to mean we're all going to die someday, so don't forget about your own mortality. See, like, that's, you know, quite verbose.
What about the other part?
Mm-hmm. Just a
Well,
tad.
I mean, it's pretty straightforward, right? The ninth lion ate the sun. I mean, yeah, it's kind of nonsense, but... Oh, I get it. That's what the clock made you think of, right? The sun in that sentence.
Yeah. Did you notice anything strange
I thought it's
about
an
that
anagram.
graffiti?
It's got an extra E.
E.
E. E. E.
Wrong answer. Maybe you're not the eagle eye I thought you were.
Look, do you want me to spell it out for you?
I guess I have to do everything. Part of it was spelled wrong.
It's an anagram. Surprise, you know, because they did that on floor A too.
Specifically, they spelled ninth wrong.
Who would have guessed?
It should be N-I-N-T-H. But the graffiti had N-I-N-E-T-H.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. They just put an extra E in there?
Exactly.
It's kind of a bonehead mistake. You think it was like a kid who wrote it?
Maybe it wasn't a mistake at all.
Not following.
Maybe Zero put that E in there on purpose.
But why?
Maybe because he didn't have enough letters otherwise.
What?
Anyway, if Zero wrote that graffiti, then it's got to be significant.
Remember death. If the ninth line ate the sun.
Shit. Hey, it's already 2 minutes past time. We should get moving.
Right. I actually have the anagrams written down. Oh, okay, no, there it is. Why did I put it there? That's, you know, that's probably like, yeah, that's probably the first time I got down to the 4B warehouse. That tracks. I don't have the unscrambled version though, so. Let's see. I honestly don't remember exactly what it is off the top of my head. Kay and Luna aren't here.
Astute observation.
What should we do?
What do you mean, what should we do? All we can do is wait. We don't want to end up missing each other by accident.
Yeah. Guess you've got a point. Hey, where are you going?
Just want to check something really quick.
Check what?
The last time we saw Alice alive, she was right here. Remember? She was kneeling down, looking at something on the ground.
Yeah. What do you think she was looking at? Huh?
Find something?
Isn't this blood?
Uh-huh. Nice.
I don't think you need to pat me on. I don't need you to pat me on the back. Makes me feel stupid or something.
The truth hurts. So, blood, huh? Oh my god.
I suddenly looked up at the ceiling. I followed her gaze and found myself looking up at a metal crane. It's the kind you might see in a shipyard, the sort that moves along a metal track and has a claw to grab and lift cargo containers. What's the deal with the crane? What? Damn, gone again. Stop running around. Just tell me what you found.
I noticed something.
Oh yeah, and what, pray tell, was that?
The same thing Clover and Alice noticed.
That's ARG. I hear they're all the rage these days. Can you just tell me?
Look at the number 6 AB room. The side that's facing the wall has blood on it. What's the first thing you think of when you hear blood?
Vampires?
Yeah, this whole thing kind of sucks, right? Come on, this is no time to be screwing around. I'm talking about this thing, the handkerchief Alice had. There's some blood on it that we assume belonged to the old lady. Consider this for a moment. Let's say this thing was on the floor next to the rightmost AB room. We'll assume that the blood on the side facing the wall came from this handkerchief. Okay, then what?
Alice is looking at the handkerchief.
Right. What do you think was going through her mind?
Why is there a blood-stained handkerchief here? Or something along those lines.
And?
Did this belong to the old woman? It must have.
And?
But if it did, then who put it here? Or wait, maybe someone just dropped it. Or they could have thrown it here.
And?
You want more?
You're almost there.
How long has this handkerchief been here? Something like that?
Yes, exactly. So how long do you think it was here?
Well, I imagine it wasn't here from the start.
Wait, When's the start?
You know, when we started. When you know I escaped from the AB room through the hatch on the roof. First thing we did after we got out and met everyone except for Clover and Kay was go look at the number 9 door. Spent a lot of time examining the AB rooms too. Yeah, I know I looked at this from this exact angle. Pretty sure there wasn't any handkerchief here then. There wasn't. Wait.
Huh, finally figured it out, huh?
Love how they like flash it back and forth between the, you know, before and the after to really drive it home. No way.
Yeah, it took me a second to realize what it was.
The AB room moved? Well, and it's something that you, like, if you pay attention at the very start, they show you a diagram of where people came out of the AB rooms. And then every subsequent time, if you look at the floor A map, there's a little gap, you know, between the leftmost AB room and the wall. That wasn't there before.
Yeah.
So, the game doesn't cheat. Was it that crane?
Probably. They moved the rightmost one all the way to the left. So, what was in the leftmost AB room?
The body of the old woman.
And who was trapped in there when the nonary game started?
Well, it would have been the AB room on the right at first, so... Luna. For the third time, Fi walked off without saying anything. My buddy felt like lead, but I forced myself to follow her. She stopped in front of the graffiti that began 2 milkmen.
What do you think this is?
Well, I thought it was just paint from the graffiti at first, but I'm guessing you don't think so. Is that more of the old woman's blood?
Seems like it.
So Luna would have killed her here, then taken her to the rightmost AB room. After that, she would have moved the room with the body in it so that no one would suspect her. That would mean the first person to get out was Luna, not Alice. So what about that handkerchief?
This thing? Here, look. You see this line? It's possible that line is from whatever the weapon was. Which means this might have been wrapped around whatever was used to kill the old woman. So maybe Luna wrapped the weapon with this handkerchief, and then threw it between the rightmost room and the one next to it. Then when the room was moved, it came out.
That means Alice picked up the weapon along with the handkerchief.
Seems pretty likely. This is all just speculation, understand? There are a whole lot of things we still don't know.
Yeah, it's a mystery, alright. For example, why would Luna leave the AB room, murder the old woman, then carry the body back and hide it in the same room? Guess it's possible she just wanted to hide the body. We still don't have any idea why she would have wanted to kill her in the first place. It's also worth noting that Zero Jr. seems to have let all this slide. He's supposed to be making sure the game goes according to plan, but so far there have been 2 murders and he hasn't done anything about either of them.
Your fault for assuming that is not part of the game.
Yeah. Do you think that that means Luna is Zero Senior? You know she was, though. I'm not sure why she killed the old woman. It's possible that she was some kind of intruder, wasn't supposed to be here, but Sigma, you're so close. If Luna Zero Senior, couldn't she have found a better place to hide the body? She'd have access to the entire facility. It's not all either. Let's say Luna moved the AB room to divert suspicion away from herself. If that's the case, why did she leave the handkerchief and the weapon there? She had to have known they'd be discovered after she moved the room. Besides, when and how did she operate that crane? Luna was with us since we first got out of the AB rooms, all the way till we found the old lady's body. You, me, and her went through the magenta door and investigated the lounge. Then we went to the down to floor B together, and came back to the warehouse. By then, the room must have been moved. Of course. Ha! Why didn't I see that sooner? Luna has an alibi. She couldn't have moved the AB room. We're her alibi. So, hey Sigma, you remember that thing about the golems and the Chinese room and the fact that she's, you know, actually, yeah, okay, never mind.
Interesting. I have to admit, you've got a point.
Wait, what? You didn't even put up a fight.
You're going to make me repeat myself. I never said Luna was the killer. Still, I have a feeling Alice thought she was, which would mean that Clover probably does too.
Oh, you mean that stuff she said about what she noticed?
Right.
Nope. Hey, Fi?
Hmm?
I get a really bad feeling about this. We were supposed to meet the others 20 minutes ago, but there's no one here.
You're right.
Sigma, Phi, there you are.
Kay.
I'm sorry, I have some bad news. Luna is dead. She's in room 2 in the crew quarters, the same room where Alice was murdered.
This was the third time I touched a body and felt cold skin. Thought it might get easier, but it had only gotten worse. Didn't think I'd ever get used to it, but I didn't want to. My hands began to shake, and I tried to steady them as I pressed a pair of fingers to her neck to check for a pulse. Nothing, of course. Luna was dead. Her eyes were flat and empty, the pupils dilated in what could have been terror. It felt surreal. Like I might blink, and then she would sit up again. She would smile and blush and look away nervously. Everything would be all right. I blinked. She lay there, still dead and pale.
And I trust him.
Grief cracked open like an egg, and rage clambered out, hot and angry and screaming. It clawed at the inside of my chest and pounded at the back of my eyes. I squeezed them shut and ground my teeth. My hands balled into fists so tight they hurt. I took a deep breath and opened my eyes again. Another breath. I stood up, and realized Kay was talking.
I believe she was poisoned. See here, this device is some sort of syringe.
I think it's called an injection gun. You can just put whatever you want in one of those vials and then pull the trigger. It's kind of like the needles in these bracelets.
The drug they used is the same as well. The label on the vial says tubocurarine.
A muscle relaxant.
Yes. Since it's empty, I can only assume Luna was injected with it. You see the mark on her neck. I believe it is safe to assume that is where her attacker injected the drug. Perhaps they chose the neck for the carotid artery.
Then your guess is probably correct. Luna was injected with tubocurarine, and it killed her.
What about the others?
Should I go get them?
No, never mind. I want to get your story first.
What do you mean?
When you left us, you and Luna went off together, right?
Yes.
But when we talked to Dia downstairs, he said he only seen you, not Luna. Why's that?
Luna and I split up as soon as we got to floor B. We determined it would be more efficient. Two of us working separately could cover more ground in less time.
Alright, so why were you late?
What?
You didn't show up till 20 minutes past the time we were supposed to meet. Sigma's asking you what you were doing.
I was resuscitating.
Resuscitating?
Let me explain how I found her. I had gone to the warehouse 5 minutes before our meeting time. You had yet to show up, as had Luna. I believe I was standing between the yellow and cyan doors. Some minutes later, I heard something. It came from behind the cyan door and sounded like a woman's scream. Well, it was actually quite faint. It was several doors away, after all, and as such, I couldn't quite make out what was being said, or even if I had heard it at all. It seemed entirely possible that I had imagined it. I heard no other sounds for a few minutes following the scream. Eventually, the silence made me uncomfortable. Perhaps something had happened. So, I made my way to the crew quarters. As I entered the hallway, I noticed that the door to room 2 was slightly ajar. That was when I first suspected something was amiss. You can imagine the rest, I'm sure.
Only reason the door would be left open is if you're expected or no one is alive to close it.
I ran into the room and found Luna on the floor.
You're saying you spent a good 20 minutes trying to resuscitate her?
Yes, I deduced that she had been injected with tubocurarine. Her heart had stopped, so I attempted CPR, to the best of my abilities, at least. With this mask, I was obviously unable to provide artificial respiration.
Why didn't you tell us?
Because I had no reason to believe you would be in the warehouse. If you weren't, I would have wasted precious time. I chose instead to begin resuscitation immediately. As you know, even a short time without oxygen can cause serious brain damage. I felt time was of the essence, but...
Hey, how much time passed between when you heard the scream and when you came in here and found her?
I'm afraid I can't say exactly. But I would hazard a guess that it was around 3 minutes.
Did you see the killer?
No, I did not.
Then they had 3 minutes to escape.
That would have been plenty of time. When you leave this room, immediately to your left is a door that connects to the hallway. I assume they left that way.
Is there any chance they hid in this room somewhere?
No. I examined the room thoroughly before I left to find you. May I say something?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not sure if this has anything to do with Luna, but there was something I wanted to point out. Look at Alice. Do you notice anything?
The knife is gone.
The weapon.
It's gone.
Indeed.
Are gone.
The wound suggests a knife, but I doubt we'll know now.
I mean, we could figure out... Ah, shit, we need Luna for that, don't we? Then, did the killer take it?
How would I know?
Maybe they took it before Luna was murdered.
Why are you asking me?
If they had it, why not use it to kill Luna?
Yeah, that would make sense.
What?
Sigma, if you were going to kill someone, which of these two methods would you use?
I wouldn't kill anyone.
This is hypothetical,
I would choose the injection gun.
right? Most people would choose that. The more you can divorce yourself from the actual killing, the easier it is to kill someone. There's a big difference between stabbing someone and injecting them with poison.
So you're saying they took the knife before they killed her?
No. I don't know either way. They could have taken it afterwards. There's no way for us to know.
Would they have done that in the 3 minutes before Kay got here?
It's not impossible. 3 minutes is longer than you think. Anyway, what I was trying to say is that I don't know when they took the knife or whatever it was. We came here to get Alice's bracelet, and then Kay came by later. There was probably about a 30-minute window. Anyone could have taken it. They might not even have been the same person who killed Luna. Or it could be. There really isn't any way to know. And if we don't know, we really shouldn't try and draw conclusions. That could color our reasoning, and that's not good. Conclusions without any evidence are useless, so just forget any conclusions you might have come up with. Save that brain space for something more useful. Well, I think that about covers it. We clear? Good. Anyway, we should tell the others.
About Luna, you mean?
Yeah.
We should go to the white doors then. Dio should still be there. Hopefully Tenmyoji and Clover will be there as well.
Yeah, good point. Once it's time to open that door, I'm sure they'll show up. Kay nodded and picked up Luna's bracelet.
Please, take this with you.
He held it out to me. I stared down at the bracelet. It felt wrong to just take it. Like we were just using and abandoning her.
Is something the matter? You and Phi are the magenta pair. Without the green solo bracelet, you won't be able to open the secondary door.
I know. It's just...
Then...
He pressed the bracelet gently into my hand.
If you don't wish Luna's death to be meaningless, then you must survive. Or do you intend to die?
Right. Yes. Slide and close my hand around the cold metal.
Good. Shall we go?
Wait. Shit.
Did something happen?
No. Well, Not yet. We might be looking at a worst-case scenario.
Excuse me?
God, what the hell is wrong with me? How did I miss this? I'm sorry. This is my fault. It's just... there was so much going on, I wasn't thinking.
What is it, goddammit? What did you miss?
Quark.
Quark? Oh. Oh, shit. Tenmyoji's a red solo. Clover's a cyan pair. Quark's the other cyan pair. If he's not with them, then they can't get through the secondary door.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh dear, this is bad. And if they haven't gotten in by the time the primary door shuts, they'll be penalized if we haven't found Quark by then.
Time. How much time do we have left? Oh, no.
Let's just go to the warehouse on floor B. Perhaps Quark has already been found.
I sure hope so. Let's move.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
You're late. The fuck were you thinking? You trying to kill me?
What about Quark?
What?
Did they find Quark?
How the fuck would I know? I've been here. Look, forget about him. Where's Alice's bracelet? Which one of you has it?
What about Tenmyoji and Clover? Have they come back yet?
Look around, asshole. What do you think? Hey, pay attention. The bracelet. Do you have Alice's bracelet? Hand it over.
I pulled it out of her pocket. The face still shone with the blue light. This had been Alice's bracelet. Eyes never left Dio's as she carefully handed the bracelet to Kay.
Good. Let's go. Hey, what is this? What, you don't like this door? Fine, we can take a different one. As long as we're in the right group, it shouldn't matter which door we take.
That's not the issue.
Please tell me, what the fuck is the issue?
Being a human being, 3 of us still haven't arrived. If we leave them behind...
Oh, come on. Now you're gonna grow a heart? If you stay here, you're gonna kill me.
But...
3 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
Now, I don't think that's the worst outcome.
All right, fine. I'll be honest with you. The truth is, I've got a kid. A baby.
Bullshit.
I was told that if I didn't win this game, my kid's as good as dead.
Bullshit.
That's...
You have to trust me. I swear, it's God's honest truth. Zero told me to keep it under wraps, but I figure I don't have a lot of choice right now. I'll tell you more once we get inside.
Bullshit. Sorry.
Please.
It's a lie. Don't listen to him. Wanted to scream. Dio was obviously lying, but it looked like Kay was buying it. But he had to go in. I couldn't try and stop him. If I did, they'd both die.
You have to believe me, Kay. Please. If you won't do it for me, do it for my kid. If I lose, it's all over. Please.
Kay turned to look at me and Phi. We both nodded silently back.
I understand. Let's go.
Really?
Yes. I have one condition, however.
A condition?
Yes. But it's not for you, Dio. Sigma. I want you and Phi to go into one of the doors as well.
Yeah?
Dio and I cannot be the only survivors. I would have the 2 of you join us. That is my condition.
Damn it. Couldn't make this easy, could you?
I mean, were you expecting us to just not do it?
What you say? The decision is yours.
I mean, look, we have ways around it, but no, I can't do that. Although we're not really in a good position for that right now. Like, we left the injection gun upstairs. We haven't grabbed the neostigmine. Do we even get that?
No, we don't know
This
anything about either of
timeline.
those.
I mean, one, they probably don't even know about it. Sigma does have the, cut off his arm trick, but he has to remember that too. You're asking me to leave 3 people to die.
Use your fucking head for once. You're gonna get us killed. Is that what you
Charlie
want?
problem. It's you're leaving 3 people to die or 6 people to die, including yourself.
Okay, this isn't really a trolley problem though, because one of the options is clearly better than the other.
Yeah, that was the joke.
Can't just leave them behind.
Me either. I agree with Sigma. We can't just ditch them. I'm staying.
Hi.
Bunch of fucking idiots.
1 minute remains until chromatic doors close.
I see. I suspected that would be your answer. You leave me with no choice then. My apologies.
Did you get murked by Kay?
Yeah.
You have my sympathy. I wish there was another way.
Why?
Do you actually believe Dio?
No, of course not. I only wish to save you. If I had not forced the issue, neither of you would have budged. Such is your character.
Kay, what are you doing?
I confess I am not entirely sure. I will think about it during the 10 seconds that remain. Goodbye.
Kay turned and left, quickly disappearing outside of our door. Fi and I lay on the floor moaning, curled around our aching stomachs.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
Did he just put us in the room and force us to survive? Or did he kill us?
No, he put us in the room to save us.
Kay has a spine.
Yeah. Not quite able to walk yet, Fi and I crawled out of the secondary door. The punch Kay gave me had been incredibly powerful, and my arms and legs still felt numb and tingly. Can you stand?
Yeah. Can we just sit here for a moment, though? My body's gonna be fine, but I think I need a little time to get my feelings sorted out.
I nodded, and we sat there in silence. No matter what I did, I couldn't get their faces out of my head. Tenmyoji, Clover, Quark. I hoped they were alright somehow, but I wasn't sure how much time had passed before Fi finally stood up.
We should go.
And that was it. She turned and headed for the end of the hallway, feet dragging as if she were carrying something heavy. It was a moment or two before I followed. Did you see the plaque on the door?
Yeah, it said security. The footage from the surveillance cameras might run through here.
Does that mean we'll be able to see what's going on in the rest of the facility?
I'm not sure. Right now, all the screens are dark. Even if we could activate them, I doubt Zero is just gonna let us watch whatever we want.
Yeah, I'm just worried about them. We don't know what happened to Kay and Dio either.
Yeah. Well, let's see what we can do here.
If we're lucky, Kay ripped Dio's arm off and went through the door.
I don't think there was enough time for that, unfortunately.
Talking is a free action.
Is ripping arms a free action, though?
If you're talking while you do it, yes.
Okay, fine, you might have a point. Anywho, welcome to security. And welcome to what's probably my favorite track in the game. This is called Monitor. I remember the first time I got to this room and like this music hit and it was just like, oh man, okay, we're in the end game now. Like
you're literally not, but you literally are.
You feel, well, 'cause like at this point, like by the time you get into this room, like pretty much everyone else is dead or assumed dead. And so I think this has to be. Well, okay. Here's the thing about this door. There aren't any locks that prevent you from getting to this point on this route. Pretty sure. I can check the flow chart. So yeah, so like there's nothing that prevents you from getting to this door from the very start of the game. But of course, the way that I played through it, you know, I went from like right to left. So I got to this like fairly late in my playthrough, and I'm kind of glad I did. Because
you did this on purpose.
Well, that, and you can't actually get this ending until like it has to be the second to last ending that you get. Like the penultimate one.
Oh,
because there are locks after this part. But yeah, I just like, and I did want to kind of save this moment for like later in the playthrough, because I feel like it hits a little bit better if you save it for later. In any case, we should probably get to actually solving the escape room here, because we're going to be on a bit of a tight schedule if we want to get the rest of the ending. We might not actually finish the ending unless we wanted to like go over. There might not be enough time. Because we got this, of course, and then there's going to be a fair amount of dialogue after this, too. Like circuit breakers. It's just the flip on. What could possibly go wrong? These are from security cameras. Thought so. Can you see them anywhere? There's nobody there. No D or K either. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you know, these don't show every single angle.
It shows a small selection.
I don't know if we need them to be off right now or not, but I'll just turn them off. Why not? I guess there isn't anything on the shelves with these ones. Alright. Hey, look, it's another lion eating a sun. I wonder if that's like part of some theme. It's like you can push it.
If you press it and it turns the lights out.
You'll never guess what it does.
It turns the light out, doesn't it?
Yep. Well, the lights turned off. Guess it's a light switch?
The lion's literally eating the sun.
Yep, they do that. I think it's a hint. What's this? Oh, do we do it on this side? No? I guess we don't interact with that yet, or it's like somewhere else. Whoa, that's weird. That wasn't like that before. They say Zigulupa. Timidjigulup.
Oh, they have TMJ. Oh, that's gotta hurt. SGDQ New York.
I don't. Has SGDQ ever? I don't think it's been in New York.
No, it hasn't. I'm pretty certain they've always been in Las Vegas.
No, it's moved around a bit. SGDQ, I want to say, has been in like Minnesota. Obviously, that's not all of them, but
Oh, convenient. It's right here in the list.
yeah, if you're looking at the Wikipedia page, it has all of the locations.
Virginia, Maryland, Virginia, Maryland, Florida, not in person, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Wait,
Summer Games done quick.
SGDQ? Or were you
No,
reading?
that's-
Were you reading
that's-
AGDQ?
AGDQ,
Okay,
yeah.
that's what I thought. I was confused. Like that doesn't sound right.
Summer Games Done Quick has been in West Bountiful, Utah, Greenwood Village, Colorado, Denver, Colorado, St. Paul, Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota, again, Bloomington, Minnesota, not in person, Bloomington, Minnesota, Minneapolis.
Okay, so yeah, it's been in Minnesota for a while now.
And they did the God of War Done Quick once in 2015 at Santa Monica Studios, which is listed as Santa Monica Studio.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. This is what I hate about this thing. You like click on the chair. It's like, yep, that is a red chair. And that you actually have to like click on the screen. I don't want to enter the password yet, even though I probably could. Does that mean son of a bitch?
Houston Food Bank, San Jose, San Diego, not in person.
Wait, it doesn't let me input that one? That's weird.
Games Done Quick Express was in Las Vegas Convention Center. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, because that was during like TwitchCon.
Believe so. It's October 20th to 22nd. That sounds about right.
I'll try turning the power on again, maybe. I feel like I'm missing some crucial steps here. That I just haven't looked at the right thing yet. What am I missing? Seriously though, like for real. Something else I'm supposed to find? Like, I am confused. There's supposed to be like some puzzles that you have to play on the monitors here.
The passwords. Oh, apparently the passwords is one of the first ones.
Wait, one of the first puzzles in the room?
Yeah, it's gotten from the stairwell.
Wait. Hold up. But that doesn't... Oh, are you just supposed to input what's on the stairwells?
Apparently.
It corresponds with the chair in front of the console. Son of a bitch. Okay. Yeah, I definitely did not do a great job of indicating that was the case. I wrote down what was on the stairwells in the corresponding colors, but not that it's like, hey, you should pick this one because it's that one. Okay, so green was the ADGB. Nope. There we go. Alright, so we saw the thing for this. So it's the one where you have to change the colors on the thing. I feel like that's a puzzle that is very easy to overthink. What was that noise? Look up. I was you.
You were me.
You're kind of close. All right, yellow. Oh, that's the SGDQ New York. That's actually a really good way of remembering it. Mnemonics. So it's done too. Determine the value in seconds for each hourglass and fill in the blanks. So, what you're supposed to do is like compare the amount of time it takes each of them to empty, or you can just count the lines. The lines are accurate to how much is in each one. So the blue one, I believe, is 7. Green is 9. As long as my brain's not doing a fucky wucky. Yellow should be 11. Because we have that one. Oh boy. It's 15, I think. You know, I probably have this written down. Do I not have it written down? I don't? All right, well, I guess I'll do that, you know, for posterity. That's weird. It's funky.
If I told you the answer, would you be okay with that?
What are you talking about?
To the thing you're doing. Oh, never mind.
I had it filled in. I was just writing it down.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you had, because I was gonna say I didn't want to say you have the correct answer.
Oh, I knew it was the correct answer, unless I like miscounted a line somehow. But what the heck is this? It's a different word on each one. Guess we're supposed to shuffle them around until they make a sentence. Well, look at the screen underneath them. Got the same words in 9 squares. That would be my guess. Alright, one second. We need to do the other puzzle first. So my bad for going from left to right instead of, you know, left, right, middle.
Sorry, I'm a little tired.
This is red. Oh, this is the Tenmyoji of Gj. Done. Good. That's all of them then. Oh, cool. So we're doing the other one, which I already did the solution for last time. Actually, never mind. I got the wrong ones. Crap. I don't remember this one as well. I did not write down the solution for either of these. Did I really not? Could have sworn that I did this for... Did I do this for the last escape room, but not this one? That would be hilarious. I only have 4 moves for this. Yeah, I did do this for the last escape room. That's funny. So we need like all green on the corners, but
Looks like you flipped them.
what? Yeah, because that one doesn't work because they're different. Ah, shit. Well, yeah, I know what the instructions for completing the puzzle is. I'm just trying to remember.
No, I mean the two puzzles, like they're flipped.
Well, yeah. So we're trying to do the green with red on this one, like red triangles, green hexagons.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's not perfectly. It's got slight differences. Okay, I'm looking at the wiki page.
Yeah.
If you couldn't guess.
Will be me.
Oh no! Are we about to get to play? Are we about to play that? Oh god, my fucking brain! Shadow the Hedgehog song. I am all of me.
Okay, so one thing that's kind of tricky about this, because I have all of the breakers on right now. We don't need all of them. In fact, they have to be off. Did it seriously reset the puzzle? Really? Joy. So, you know, in case you hadn't figured out, I was... Did it... Wait. Hold up. What? I'm confused. Do I have to... I have to leave the specific screens on with the words that I need, and then turn the other ones off. Okay, bottom right corner. That's kind of annoying. So we got two halves of the puzzle here. Oh my god, just let me start the puzzle by clicking on that. Why are you like this? So, you know, I was you, will be me. And if you remember the gravestone in the garden, Tu fui ego eris. What I am, sorry, what I was, you are. What I am, you will be. This is basically another way of saying that. I was you, will be me.
Oh, I was actually really close. Oh, yeah.
That's just a really clever thing because like all of the safe passwords have been a 3x3 grid, so like just put like one of the things on each of the screens. So now we get to the gold file password, and boy howdy, is this one kind of a head scratcher? So you've got 9 of these screens, and obviously the game tells you the 6 that you need for the safe password. So you're supposed to intuit
that the other 3 do something.
That the other 3 do something else. Because, see, I didn't necessarily figure that out immediately when I was doing it. So I was trying to go with, like, okay, you know, what word, you know, what sentences can I make with these words that make sense? And I was like, okay, she knows, you know, everything. She knows, you know, me. She knows I will be, you know, I was like trying to figure out things. And of course, it's just she knows everything. It's not that complicated.
Sometimes you overcomplicate things for yourself.
However, the thing that I kind of take umbrage with how this you know, puzzle is supposed to work out. See, if I put them up here, nothing happens.
It has to be specifically.
It has to be specifically the bottom row because we use the top 2 rows for the other solution. I don't understand why that has to be a required aspect of the puzzle. I feel like if you figured out the phrase "she knows everything," that should be good enough. You know? Because you could have the right solution and not know why it's just not doing anything. Like, I feel like that is, you know, obtuse for no real reason. So that's it. I guess that explains. Yeah, we only have like 2 items that we actually pick up in this one. It's a lot of interacting with screens for puzzles. I have a feeling we have a bot. We'll find out soon enough. All right, Moon, Sun. Not a bot.
No, he's played the game before. He has all the solutions. He's also.
I apologize for that. It's just I've been getting so many bots recently that, like, you know, read off this automatically timed script.
Yeah, the one who was pretending to talk to us. That was a fun one. Immediately went into, why don't you get?
It becomes exceedingly obvious if you just don't interact with the bot, and then they keep on going through their script as if, you know, there's been some sort of interaction. It's like,
Oh yeah. They don't count towards the stream, and they don't. They're just kind of there.
Why did you go through the thing? Again, all right, Moon, Star, Sun.
Oh, where the fuck is the chat? Oop, no,
So
not that one.
Different image though. Got the star keys and the key to get the heck out of here.
It's to this brand new Corolla Toyota.
Said that backwards.
I don't care.
We shall escape. You found it.
Wait. I just realized something.
What's that?
When we were looking at the security footage earlier, we were just looking for live feeds. We were trying to figure out where the others are, what they were up to, if they were alive, and so on. But we totally forgot that security systems like this can do more than show you live footage. Are you following me?
Yeah. Talking about stuff that's been recorded, right? Footage of the past. They store that, we might be able to see it.
Yeah. I don't know how much luck we'll have, but it's worth a shot.
Definitely. What do we do?
Leave that to me.
Clack, 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 clack.
Well, it was designed so that a human could operate it. That means there's a logic to how it's set up. A computer computes, a calculator calculates, and an automobile mobiles. Everything's designed to do something. And once you know what, you can start guessing how. Once you start to figure out how to get it to do things, it's just a question of playing with it until it does the things you want it to.
Yeah, but you could make it do, like, a bad thing, potentially. Like, blow up the facility or something.
Well, this is security. I don't think they have a blow up the facility button here.
You never know. Looks like this is it.
He is an evil villain. He is a super villain from the sound
Good
of
work.
things.
Knock it off. Makes it sound like you're better than me or something.
Well, that's unfortunate. What the heck is this? Everything says no data.
Let's check the log. Damn it. This isn't good. Looks like all the video data was removed before we got here.
Just like the treatment pods. By 0?
That would be my guess. All it says here is administrator.
Damn. Well, that's a little frustrating. That footage could have told us a lot.
Yeah. It might have given us what we need to figure out who the killer is, too. The camera in room 2 in the crew quarters would have recorded what happened to Alice and Luna. Same for the old woman in the warehouse. And if there was a recording of us being carried into the AB rooms, we could have even figured out who Zero Senior is.
You think Zero Senior would have been that careless, though? Hey, what's this?
I mean,
You want to open it?
Yeah.
it's a picture of Zero Senior holding up a sign that says, "I'm Zero Senior." I forgot to delete this video. Oh.
Golem status. Should be the system logs of those robots. Told you about them in the pantry, remember?
Yeah. You mean the room full of robots on the other side of the green door?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Everything's been erased too.
Looks like it.
Guess there isn't anything we can... Wait a second.
What is it?
There's a scroll bar. Try scrolling. I knew it. That golem we met is still functional.
What do you mean? I thought you told me Golem, or whatever his name was, started spitting smoke and keeled over.
Yeah, but he said that what passes for a golem's brain, I guess, was in the main computer. Only his body was disabled. His brain is probably still functioning. Can we see his logs?
Already on it. Here you are.
Then, try the one that says cash. These file names all just seem like random characters. Whatever. Just pick one and open it, I guess.
Sure.
Self-destruct sequence activated.
Yeah, that's what I thought. This is probably from right after Kate decked us. We'll be tossed into that white door on the left in a minute. Just watch. But we don't have the budget to animate all of this, so you get screenshots.
Interesting. This is the footage the Golem pulled from the main server. The original data was deleted, but it looks like the stuff he pulled is still here.
Exactly.
So, if we go back through these files...
Yeah. We might be able to figure out who the killer is. Maybe even who Zero Senior is.
Nice. Great work, Sigma.
Come on, I told you I don't need you kissing my ass. Besides, it's not like I really did anything. Started going through the rest of the files. Security footage showed Kay and Dio clearly passing through the white door on the far right.
Good. Looks like they're both fine.
That just leaves Tenmyoji, Clover, and Quark. I opened my mouth to continue, and then it happened. My vision suddenly blurred. Shaking my head did nothing to clear it. Staggered, my balance gone. Why is she talking like that? She sounds like someone's playing the tape of her voice all sped up. What is going on here? Can't understand what she's saying. Why is she moving so fast? It's like watching a video on fast forward. The hell is this? Wait, could it be me? Maybe my brain is slowing down somehow. It just looks like everything is speeding up. Still couldn't make out what she was saying, so I just nodded weakly. My eyes drifted shut as I tried to sort out what was happening to me. This is another aspect of like the reason why I wanted to wait. It's because we know this is because of Radical 6 now. we don't have to be coy about it. If you come this way the first time, you'd be really confused right about then. I also love how like literally all they did was just like take the lines that she read and just like put them all together without any, punctuation or capitalization or spaces. It's actually exactly what she's saying. And And of course the line is just, a sped up thing too. So it's actually like, it's perfectly intelligible. Which I do appreciate. I woke up several minutes later. I opened my eyes. The first thing I saw was the ceiling of the security office. Sat up slowly, rubbing tenderly at my head. Fi, who had been sitting in front of me, in front of one of the monitors, stood up and walked over as soon as she heard me move.
You okay?
Her voice sounded normal again. She wasn't moving strangely either. Whatever had been happening seemed to have stopped. I let out a quiet sigh of relief. Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
You sure?
Yeah.
That's good. You really looked like you'd lost it for a minute there.
Well, seemed to have found it again. This is the security office. Maybe they got a lost and found.
Your sanity's pretty easy to miss. I'm surprised anyone found it, let alone turned it in.
Ooh, Sigma, you want some aloe for that burn?
Well, looks like I don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah. I think I must just be getting tired. Kind of surprised you didn't catch up to me sooner.
I hope that's all it is. You haven't caught a disease or something, have you?
About that. Just a moment, I thought of Radical 6. But I didn't want to worry Fi if I didn't have to. Better to stay quiet about it.
Well,
Oh,
you're
this is the
looking
lock,
a lot
isn't it?
better, so I can stop worrying, right?
What are you, my mom?
Fine. No more check-ins. Anyway, I figured something out while you were resting. Come have a look at this.
Look at this.
Look at this video graph.
Footage from room 2 in the crew quarters. The room where we found Alice and Luna.
Ah, the room where the murder took place.
I dug it out of GAULEMs' cache.
When was this recorded?
You'll see in a minute.
There on the right, that looks like some sort of time code.
Can you figure it out?
No. That's just a bunch of numbers. Can't make heads or tails of it.
Yeah. The central server seems to be
I can't
using its
even
own
read it.
time system.
Yeah, it is very blurry.
Files appear to be named based on that system. They might as well be random to you and me, which made it pretty hard to find this gem.
Huh? Oh, it's K.
Yeah.
Looks at his bracelet here. Probably checking how much time is left.
I'll just pause that and magnify it.
Zoom and enhance. Zoom and enhance cliche. 21 minutes. That means the footage is from 21 minutes before the primary doors opened, right?
Exactly.
That would have been the white doors in this case, right?
Yes. After Kay leaves this room, it's about 2 minutes before he comes back with you and me.
There were 20 minutes on the clock when we met up with him, right? That means what we're seeing is Kay 1 minute before he saw us.
Right.
That means this is right after he tried to resuscitate Luna.
Yeah, if you believe him. The footage here doesn't show any of that.
Are there any other angles?
I looked around, but I couldn't find one. The only stuff left is shot from this position. Even so, I think we've gotten our hands on something important.
You mean that this is a record of what happened right around the time of Luna's death, right?
Exactly. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going. I'll move back to the start of this file so we can see it in chronological order. Let's say this is 0 hours, 0 minutes. After all, it's not like we know what time it actually is.
Right.
So, this is the start of our footage.
There's no one here.
Yeah, about a minute goes by before anyone shows up.
Wait. How do you know it's been a minute?
This.
Oh, that's the hourglass we used earlier.
Yeah, if I play it back at normal speed, I can measure time using this hourglass. Then I just add the time from the hourglass, and that's how far in we are.
Huh. Oh, someone's coming in. Luna. Is that Clover behind her?
Yeah, This is 0 hours 1 minute. Right now, you and I are talking to Dio in the Floor B warehouse. With the time frame we've established, calculating what we're doing is pretty easy.
What's going on? Are they fighting? Well, it's not really a fight. It looks like Clover's just going off on Luna. Luna's staying silent and listening to her.
Yeah.
Can we hear them? Is there an audio track?
Want to listen to it?
What the hell is this?
Don't know. The audio data must have been transcoded into something else.
Well, we won't be able to understand anything in that.
Seen enough? I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Clover's interrogation goes on for a while, but it's all pretty much the same thing. Now, at 0 hours 10 minutes, things suddenly change. Here.
Hey, they're gone. So watched Clover move steadily closer to Luna, who had backed away almost as if she were frightened. Clover continued her advance until she disappeared below the bottom edge of the screen. Is there another... no, you said this was it.
Yeah, this is the only one that I found. Shouldn't be too hard to guess what happened after you've seen the next part, though.
Clover left. She looked like she was kind of panicking.
Yeah, this is about 1 minute and 40 seconds after they both left the frame. So 0 hours 11 minutes 40 seconds.
Only Clover left. Luna's still in the room. That means...
Hold on. Wait until you've seen the whole thing before you start deducing. At 0 hours 12 minutes, another person comes in, just missing her.
Dio. He's disappeared too. Down below the bottom of the frame. What's he up to?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that whatever it was, he doesn't want us to know about it. Remember what he said when you asked him about Quark?
How the fuck would I know? I've been here.
You're saying he was lying. He wasn't in the Floor B warehouse the whole time. He went to the crew quarters after we left him.
Yeah, so what would have been important enough for him to lie about it? We should consider that it might have been something bad.
And whatever it was, it happened during this time?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, now he's left. It looks like he left in a hurry.
Maybe he heard a
No,
noise.
he's not left. He's Dio. Common misconception.
No, he's left. We've been over this. Like
He's a
what?
clone.
The cyan door opening?
But he's still called left.
Damn it, you're right.
10 seconds after Dio leaves, a fourth person shows up. That brings us to 0 hours, 13 minutes, 10 seconds.
It's Kay. When he heard Kay open the cyan door, he panicked. Whatever he was up to, he didn't want Kay to catch him at it.
And then Kay disappears too.
Yeah, below the bottom of the frame, just like the others.
If Kay was telling the truth, this is where he begins to try and resuscitate Luna. Anyway, nothing happens for the next 16 minutes. It's just this. So I'll fast forward, alright?
Sure.
Alright, should be around here. One sec. Okay, you should see something you recognize in a minute here.
Here's Kay coming in from the bottom of the frame. He's checking the time on his bracelet. So you've come full circle, huh?
Yeah.
The student
We're
is
back
now
to
the...
21
Oh,
minutes
wait.
before the primary doors open. For our arbitrary time code, that's 0 hours and 29 minutes. 1 minute later, at 0 hours 30 minutes, Kay heads to the Floor A warehouse.
Once he gets there, he'll tell us about Luna's death.
That's all the footage I wanted to show you. I've looked at it carefully, and I think it has something to tell us.
You mean who killed Luna, right?
Well, I can't say for sure. This footage makes for pretty shaky evidence, but it does suggest a very likely culprit. Who do you think it is?
Ran over the footage in my head. 0 hours 1 minute, Clover and Luna enter the room. For 9 minutes, Clover aggressively questions Luna. 0 hours 10 minutes, they both move out of frame. 0 hours 11 minutes 40 seconds, Clover exits the room. 0 hours 12 minutes, Dio enters the room. Dio also immediately exits the frame. It seems likely that Dio was up to no good during this period. 0 hours 13 minutes. Dio exits the room. 0 hours 13 minutes 10 seconds. Kay enters the room. Kay also disappears from the camera's field of view. At this point, there are 16 minutes where nothing happens. 0 hours 29 minutes. Kay enters the frame. He looks at his bracelet. It says 21, the remaining time until the primary doors open. There seems to be only one conclusion. The person who killed Luna is...
What makes you think so? Luna could still have been alive after Clover left the room. Dio and Kay both went into the room after Clover.
Yes,
Either of
unmoving
them
for a
could have
minute.
killed Luna too.
That footage alone isn't enough to tell us who the killer is. But if we take one other thing into account, then the case against Clover gets a lot stronger.
And what is that element?
Dio's behavior at the White Doors. Kay wanted us to enter the White Doors. Told him I wouldn't leave 3 people to die. Do you remember what Dio said?
Use your fucking head for once. You're gonna get us killed.
He obviously knew that only you and I would be going through the door. Do you get it?
Yeah. He knew he had Luna's bracelet, which means he also knew Luna was dead. Is that what you're getting at?
Exactly. If he didn't know she was dead, he never would have said that. The moment Kay suggested we go through the doors, he would have brought it up. It's impossible. How are they supposed to get through without Luna? But he didn't even mention her. Like he didn't expect her to be there. Why would he do that? I can only think of 2 reasons. One, that when Dio entered the room, that Luna was already dead. Or 2, that he killed Luna himself. Second one doesn't seem likely, though. If Dio had killed Luna, he probably would have made a point to hide that. Guessing he probably would have asked where she was. Where's Luna? Sigma and Phi wouldn't be able to get through those White Doors without her. Seems like the kind of guy who'd go out of his way to feign ignorance of a crime he committed. We know that he has. In this case, though, he said nothing. That doesn't clear him, of course. It does make it a lot less likely that he was the killer. If he wasn't the killer, then we're left with only one other option.
When Dio entered the room, Luna was already dead.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
Interesting. That's pretty much what I thought too, and it does seem like Clover had a motive.
You mean what Alice noticed?
Yes. The movement of the A-B rooms convinced Alice that Luna had killed the old woman. Once Clover realized that, she probably started to think that Luna had killed Alice to keep her from telling anyone else the truth. She probably led Luna to the crew quarters to confront her. Maybe she hoped seeing Alice's corpse would cause Luna to confess. Maybe she knew something we don't. But Clover didn't get what she wanted. Luna didn't confess. Then, during her interrogation, something happened. It's hard to say what. Luna might have said something that set Clover off, or maybe she admitted to a crime she didn't commit just to get Clover to stop. Whatever it was, something happened that drove Clover to murder.
When did Clover get the injection gun?
I would guess after she went through the yellow door, she would have been exploring the infirmary with Alice and Kay. That seems the most likely place to find it. Anyway, this is all just a theory, right? We don't have any proof, so keep it quiet, okay?
Yeah, I know. Look, I don't think we're gonna have to worry about, spilling the beans to anyone. Oh, there's one last thing. Is there any other footage that showed anything?
No, nothing to tell us where Clover, Tenmyoji, and Quark went, and nothing about the old woman or Alice's murders either.
Says your senior's identity.
Still unknown.
Okay, well, let's go find Clover. Guess we're not going to know the truth unless we get it straight from the horse's mouth.
Nay.
I wonder if Clover's even alive.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. She is. She has to be.
I sure hope so.
Because you say so, Sigma?
Because I know so. No one's here.
Yeah. All right, let's start looking. We'll go through the crew quarters and work our way toward the elevator. Got it?
Yeah.
You search rooms 1 and 2. I'll take 3 and 4.
Got it. Alice. Luna. The most horrible thing about death is how it turns a person into a thing. The thing that looks like your friend, but it's not them anymore. Just a strange, cold shell. Every time you look at it, you feel a little of that coldness creeping in around the edges of your soul. Seeing death
Poetic.
puts a heavy ball of lead in your stomach that just sits there, poisoning you. Turned and left the room.
No good. There's no one in 3 or 4. What about yours?
Same. Nobody in them. Except Alice and Luna. The lead ball pressed against the inside of my abdomen. Leaned back against the wall and let out a long, weary sigh.
What's wrong? You need to get it together.
You're closer than usual.
What are we doing right now?
Looking for the others.
Right. I know how you feel, but sitting around being miserable isn't gonna help anybody. Let's go.
Yeah, you're right. I turned and headed for the door at the far end. Heaved myself up off the wall and followed. Remember what I said about the blind spot? First thing I felt was that strange cold sweat of terror. My stomach clenched in protest, pushing a wave of bile and nausea up into my throat. The lead ball turned into ice and my legs began to tremble under its weight before they finally gave way and collapsed. They were dead. I could feel it the moment I looked at them, but I didn't want to believe it. They couldn't be dead. Perhaps they were just sleeping. Cold, limp feel of their skin under my shaking fingers dashed any hope that I had left. Wrapped a trembling hand around the end of the bed and hauled myself up onto it. Even when I closed my eyes, I could still see them. My heart hammered away at my ribs, and my chest felt so tight I could barely breathe. Forced myself to take long, deep breaths. Finally, I opened my eyes.
They were in a blind spot.
What?
The security camera. Remember how we didn't see anything in the real-time feed in the security room?
Yeah. Guess the partition was in the way.
Yeah.
They're handcuffed together.
Yeah. Whoever did this really didn't want them going anywhere. The chain's been looped around the pipe below the sink.
They would have been trapped here when the doors closed.
Look. See the red marks on their wrists? They were trying to get the handcuffs off.
So you're saying it wasn't one of them that did this?
Probably not.
There's a cut on Tenmyoji's left hand. Looks like it's probably from a knife or something similar. Must have been deep.
Then the blood on his clothes probably came from that wound. Don't see any others, at least. If this was the only one, it doesn't look fatal. I don't think he died from this cut.
The penalty. When the primary doors closed, they couldn't get to them. The needles in their bracelets activated and...
Yeah. You can see the marks on their wrists from where they were injected. The tubocurarine must have killed them.
I think that's why they were handcuffed to the sink.
They wouldn't have been able to get through the white doors without Quark. If someone wanted to use the penalty to kill them, they didn't need to tie them up.
Yeah, got a point. What's wrong?
I take back what I just said.
Yeah, they wouldn't have to tie them up, but tying them up would guarantee that they would die from the penalty.
Yeah.
I bent down to pick something up and handed it to me. Cyan bracelet. This is Quark's.
Correct. It has 9 BP too. There's no mistake.
What is Quark's bracelet doing here? Wait, no. Hold on. Quark's bracelet is here, then that means...
Your heart stops, your bracelet comes off.
No. This can't be happening. Not Quark.
Hey, Sigma, calm down. Just because his bracelet's off doesn't mean Quark's dead.
But...
In fact, this could be good news. A ray of hope.
A ray of hope?
Yeah, if Quark still had his bracelet on, then he would have ended up like Tenmyoji and Clover. But he's not wearing it. That means he might have managed to avoid getting injected with tubocurarine.
You mean the bracelet came off before the doors closed?
Yeah.
It's impossible. Zero Jr. told us that they only come off when your heart stops, or when you escape.
Maybe he got out then.
Right, he's got 9 BP. Wait, you're saying he escaped, then came back and left his bracelet here? Oh, that's impossible too. Zero Jr. said the number 9 door only opens once. Even if he was able to get outside, he can come back in.
Why do you have to be so pessimistic? Have you actually seen Quark dead? Huh? You need to think positive, Sigma. Reality is what we believe it to be.
Really? So you're saying this is what we wanted to happen?
That's enough! Quark is definitely alive. He has to be. He has to be. I refuse to believe he isn't. I can't let an innocent kid like that get killed.
Wanted to ask if she meant Clover and Tenmyoji weren't innocent and had deserved to die, but swallowed my words. Fighting wasn't going to help us. All I could do was hope that Phi was right. Perhaps Quark was still alive. What are you doing?
Examining their bodies. Tenmyoji first.
Why?
Clues.
What kind of clues?
To who might have killed them. Finding Quark's bracelet tells us something. If the killer saw it, that would make for an obvious motive.
With Quark's bracelet, Clover and Tenmyoji would have been able to go through the white doors. The killer handcuffed them to the sink to prevent that.
Right. That's my guess, at least. That's odd.
What's wrong?
I can't find anything. I should have found something.
What?
You remember when we ran into Tenmyoji in the rec room? He sprayed our wrists with luminol. I'm sure I saw him pull the spray bottle out of his pocket. Right.
You think the killer took it?
I don't know. I'm gonna take a look at Clover, too. Give me a minute.
Phi knelt down to Clover as she spoke and began to gingerly examine her corpse. After a moment, I saw her hand stop.
Look, see your thigh? Doesn't it look like there's something written there?
Yeah, it does.
Sorry, I'll have to move your leg a little bit.
It's written in blood. Must be Tenmyoji's.
It says 016.
11037? What does that mean?
Hang on. I feel like I've seen that somewhere. 016. 016. I know I've seen it somewhere. It's no use. Can't remember.
Got my hopes up like that.
Anyway, these numbers have to have something to do with the killer. She must have written them after she got hit with the soparil. There would have been a few minutes before she went all the way under when she could have done something. I think she probably used those last minutes to tell the rest of us who killed her.
016, huh? Maybe, but the only people who could have done it are K and Dio. Assuming it wasn't one of us, I mean.
No, there's also Quark. I mean, I'm not saying he did it, just...
Damn it. This is hopeless. I can't keep up anymore. The thing here is a goddamn mystery. Like, what about the old woman we found? Who killed her? The movement of the AB room makes Luna seem the most suspicious. But when would she have done it? We don't have a good explanation for why she would have wrapped the knife up in the handkerchief. Of course, now Luna's dead too. So who could have killed her? Footage from the security camera paired with Dio's behavior makes Clover seem like the most likely suspect. But now we'll never know for sure. Alice's killer is a complete mystery. We don't know what the hell 016 is supposed to mean. We don't have any idea where Quark's gone. The hell does any of this mean? Who killed everyone? Was it Zero? Zero Senior? And who is Zero Senior? What the hell does he want? Why does this game even exist, and why did they kidnap and bring us here? While we're at it, where is this? When is this? Mysteries, mysteries, mysteries. I feel like my head's about to explode. Please, Phi, give me something, anything. Clue, a hint, come on, you gotta have something.
His head literally explodes.
Luminol. I think there's a very good chance someone took the spray bottle out of Tenmyoji's pocket.
Okay, but how is that important?
Well, let me ask you this. Why do you think they took it?
So they could test for blood?
What would they need to do in order to do that?
They need to spray the ball at whatever they wanted to test.
That's it?
No, wait, you're right. Luminol reacts with organic compounds and glows, but the glow is really faint. So you need to make it dark. You have to turn off the lights in order to see anything, if anything's glowing.
And that would mean?
That would mean the rec room. That would mean the next stream.
Oh, you tease.
We have to stop at some point. We're not getting all the way
kidding.
through the rest of this ending. Like, look.
Yeah, I know.
We're out of time, and we're about to do a scene transition, and it's going to be really awkward to stop after the facts. So we'll just have to leave it here for now. I apologize. But, you know, hopefully that makes you, you know, raring to come back for more. All right. I will be back with more of this on Tuesday. We definitely won't be finishing the game on that stream. But thank you very much for watching. And until then, goodbye.
Goodbye.